Chapter 2495. Section Chief Chai, it's not that I'm heartless, but do you understand what I mean? Su Yun said, when it's time to stop, stop. Just do what you need to do. Do what you need to do to the best of your ability. Eat what you need to eat. If you eat too much, you'll end up bloating. Chai Huai now understood where he went wrong, but he couldn't clean up the mess. Chairman Su, let's just muddle through. Isn't that enough? Do you really think I don't have the guts to hand these things over to the Yenjing Commission for discipline inspection? Su Yun smiled. Do you really think I can't get rid of you? That I can't get rid of you? There's no need for that. Chai Huai said. Chairman Su, no one cares about a small official like me. Investigating me won't cause any repercussions. Let's find another way to solve this. Chairman Su, there's really no need to be so ruthless. Now, Chai Huai kept calling him Chief Su. His smile, which he had struggled to put on, had now turned into a flattering one. At this moment, he suddenly realized that Su Yun was a big boss. If he really wanted to kill him, he could do it with a single word. Su Yun treated him well because he thought highly of him. Even if Su Yun didn't treat him well, he could still talk to the higher-ups. Even if Su Yun didn't treat him well, it wouldn't matter. After all, Sky Entertainment was established because they had a good relationship with the higher-ups. Just as Su Yun had said earlier, they had already taken care of the King of Hell. The troublesome thing was that these little ghosts also wanted to take advantage of the situation. They didn't care about the slightest bit of Sky Entertainment, and they didn't care about Su Yun. However, if this little brat didn't see his own position clearly and continued to be insatiably greedy, then they wouldn't serve him well. This was the first time Chai Huai had encountered such a good thing. He didn't know what to do, so he crossed the line and ended up in his current situation. If Section Chief Chai says there's no need, then there's no need? Su Yun, I'm afraid you don't have the final say in this matter. Then what do you want me to do? Chai Huai's nerves were taut. What do you say? We'll solve it as you say. Isn't it best to find a win-win path for everyone? Su Yun smiled. Now you want to talk about a win-win situation with me? I'm sorry, Chief Chai. I can win by myself now. Su Yun said as he waved the phone in his hand. This was his bargaining chip. Compared to using sugar-coated bullets to deal with this little brat, Su Yun preferred to use this kind of threatening method. It felt better this way. All right. You win on your own. I promise you that I will do as you say. Chai Huai said, then you can destroy the video. Everything will be clear between us and we won't owe each other anything. Su Yun nodded. If you can fulfill my conditions, the video will disappear forever. But if you can't solve it, then you'll have to wait for a fire. Tell me. Chai Huai was really anxious now. Solve the problems with the big animated movie. As for how to negotiate, that's your problem. But I won't cut it for even a minute. Su Yun, there's no violence involved in this movie. There's also no problem with crossing the line. I'm very clear on the issue of standards. I believe that the people at Sky Entertainment are also very clear on this. If there's any problem with crossing the line, or if there's a possibility of crossing the line, we'll take note of it. So I believe there's no problem with how we deal with it. Chai Huai wasn't easy to deal with. If he didn't cut it for even a minute, he wouldn't be able to explain himself. But Su Yun's attitude was very firm. He didn't know how to refuse. Chief Chai, at your level, you can't play with the unspoken rules. Your level is still too low. Su Yun, also, let me tell you something. Today, Fan Bing and Ling Jiling aren't here to eat with you. They're here to eat with me. Understand? Chai Huai was beaten black and blue by Su Yun's words. He really didn't have the qualifications to challenge Su Yun. Director Su, please give me a chance. If you don't cut it for even a minute, then I won't be able to explain myself when I go back. Chai Huai's heart was beating like a drum. Do you know the cost of my big animated movie? 29 frames per second. That's 1740 frames per minute. Su Yun said, Anyone who works in animation knows that every beautiful frame is created by burning money. I invested nearly 150 million renminbi into this 93-minute animation. That's more than 1.6 million renminbi per minute. Do you think I'll delete it just because you want me to? Chai Huai was speechless for a while. But I can't do anything about it. These are the rules. Rules are dead. People are alive. Su Yun, besides, I don't think there's anything that's against the rules. Chief Chai, think about the video in my hands. I believe you'll be able to find a way to solve this problem. You're forcing me. Chai Huai's heart was filled with regret. You won't die if you don't seek death, Bai Xiaoye said angrily. Bai Xiaoye said angrily. She didn't want to stay in this foul room for a long time. After saying that, she got up and left. Brother, I'm going home first. You can deal with the rest yourself. I'm not in the mood to stay here. Su Yun nodded and gestured for her to leave first. However, she had to keep her composure and not lower herself to Chai Huai's level. Chai Huai looked at the princesses in the room. Suddenly, he rolled his eyes. Are you really willing to watch him upload the video online? If that happens, you'll also become famous. How will you have the face to see others in the future? Obviously, he wanted to bewitch these princesses into snatching the phone for Su Yun. However, before these princesses could react, Su Yun said, I'll give each of you 20,000 yuan for being on camera. I'll give you another 20,000 yuan for showing your face. If you have any objections, come out and say it now. If not, just obediently wait at the side and count your money. Money was a good thing. The princesses who wanted to ask for the video to be deleted stopped talking. 20,000 yuan. Now, they all hoped that they could show their faces. That would be another 20,000 yuan. You. Chai Huai was shocked by Su Yun's generosity. 20,000 yuan for one of them. 4 princesses. Even if they didn't show their faces, it would still be 80,000 yuan. He was just a small section chief, and his annual salary was only that much. People said that money could kill people. People thought it was a joke, but they didn't know that money could really kill people. Although Chai Huai's salary wasn't high, he had seen people withdraw money from the bank. Money was very heavy. Let's put it this way. If a kind person gave him 2 million yuan and asked him to carry it home, as long as he didn't drop the money and didn't rest on the way, he wouldn't be able to earn 2 million yuan. You'll ruin the KTV's reputation. If the manager knows that you filmed this, he won't let you out. Chai Huai said, Manager Su, don't force me to find the manager here. That won't do you any good. If they really do something to you, I'm afraid it will affect Sky Entertainment's reputation. Su Yun didn't care what method Chai Huai used to solve the problem. He just let him do whatever he wanted. Go find them. As long as you think it can be solved, you can use it. Okay. You said it. Chai Huai said, You forced me. Yes, I forced you. Su Yun said, But if you can't solve my problem today, then you have to solve the problem I want you to solve. Let's make a bet. If you can solve the video on my phone, I'll listen to you. If you can't, then you have to obediently go back to Beijing and think of a solution. Chai Huai immediately asked Gong Chong to find the manager of the KTV to contact their boss. He said that someone took some pictures of the princesses in the KTV. If they showed it to the police, they would definitely close the KTV. When the KTV boss heard the news, he would definitely come immediately to see what kind of guest was causing trouble in his place. But as soon as the boss entered the room, his fierce demeanor immediately softened. He politely walked to Su Yun and said, Brother Yun, why are you here? Su Yun looked at the boss. It seemed that he didn't need to do anything. This person was Shirley's former brother. Su Yun had seen him before. Don't ask me. They're the ones looking for you. Su Yun pointed at Chai Huai and the other two. The KTV boss looked at the 3 people with a blank face. He politely said to Chai Huai, Boss, are you the one looking for me? Are you the one who said that someone took some pictures that shouldn't be taken and wanted to destroy me? Chai Huai's heart was in a mess. He had already seen that the boss and Su Yun knew each other. But now that things had come to this point, he could only point at Su Yun. It's him. It's him. Chapter 2496. The KTV boss looked at Chai Huai with a sullen face. He didn't know what Chai Huai was thinking. Couldn't he see the respect he had for Su Yun? Su Yun said to him directly, "It's best if you don't do these kinds of things in the future. Although you didn't do anything illegal on the surface, if the princess here acts like this, you will get into trouble sooner or later." Brother Yun is right. The KTV boss nodded quickly. He was one of Shirley's people, so he knew the relationship between Su Yun and the Qingdao Police Department's Bureau Chief Chen. Chai Huai couldn't believe what he was seeing. Wasn't this too much for Su Yun's butt? How could it be like this? He didn't have any status besides Su Yun. It couldn't be, right? Boss, this is your shop. Everyone in the shop is your subordinate. You can't be so scared, right? Chai Huai said, "Let's cooperate. As long as you delete the video on his phone, I promise he won't have a good time. He won't have anything in front of me." The KTV boss turned around and made a slapping gesture. "Who the F***CK are you? If you talk nonsense again, I'll slap you right now." Chai Huai was stunned by the KTV boss's words for a long time. He didn't understand what was going on. Wasn't he thinking about the interests of their shop? Why did he have to treat him like this? "Don't you realize that I'm on your side?" Chai Huai asked. "Shut up." The KTV boss pointed at Chai Huai's nose. Su Yun said indifferently, "All right, I won't say any more. In the future, pay attention to the quality of the princesses in your shop. If you use the name of performing in your shop to sell your body, you won't have a good ending if Chief Chen finds out. Tidy up. I've caused you trouble today. Don't mind." "How would I dare to mind?" The KTV boss shook his head and waved his hand. "It's my fortune that Brother Yun can come and say these words to me. I promise I'll straighten things out immediately. Those who should scram. Su Yun said, "No matter what, you were brought up by Brother Lei. If something happens to you, Brother Lei will have a headache. Try not to give him any trouble." I will definitely do it." The KTV boss nodded vigorously. "Then, Brother Yun, how do we deal with this person?" "Don't worry about him. Su Yun, he can do whatever he wants. Although this person is a bit of a jerk, he is still my guest. Just give me some face and don't make things difficult for them." "Yes." When Chai Huai heard these words, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. No wonder they said that a powerful dragon couldn't suppress a local snake. It seemed that this was true. Even a powerful dragon couldn't suppress a local snake. What qualifications did a little flea like Chai Huai have to suppress a local snake? This was simply impossible. "Chairman Su, I'm convinced. I'm completely convinced." Chai Huai said, "Give me some time. I'll definitely deal with this matter beautifully for you. If you can solve this problem, Chief Chai and I will still be good friends. If you come to Qingdao to play, I'll still be willing to entertain you with prawns." Su Yun smiled. "But if you can't solve this problem, then I can only say sorry." Chai Huai nodded repeatedly. Yes. I'll definitely do my job well. I won't disappoint Chairman Su's expectations. Then I won't accompany Chief Chai. I'll hurry back to Yenjing. The sooner I deal with this matter, the sooner I can destroy the video." Su Yun smiled slightly. "The phone virus outbreak is very serious now. A long delay means trouble. If someone invades my phone and steals the information, they might expose your video." Chai Huai's heart thumped. This kind of thing was nothing strange in Huaxia now. As long as he dared to save those messy things on his phone, it would be easy for someone to find it. In this era of technology, it was possible to be infected if you used the public network carelessly. Chai Huai knew very well how terrible it was. "I'll leave today. I'll leave tonight." Chai Huai took a deep breath. He couldn't enjoy the five-star hotel anymore, and he couldn't dream of spending the night in a gunfire. He had fantasized about strolling around Qingdao tomorrow, but now it was completely ruined. He had to obediently rush back to Yanjing overnight. No matter how difficult the task Su Yun asked him to do was, he had to think of all the ways he could think of to deal with it. He wasn't afraid of becoming famous overnight. He was just afraid that his family wouldn't accept his method of becoming famous overnight. If everyone knew about it, his whole family wouldn't have the face to live. It would really make his life worse than death. Su Yun was still very assured about this matter. Although he knew that Chai Huai wasn't a big leader at all and didn't have much authority, he could definitely get things done through his own means. There was no doubt about that. People's potential needed to be stimulated. After solving Chai Huai's problem, Su Yun quickly left the KTV. He didn't want this brother of Shirley's who used to be on tenterhooks because of him. The business they were doing now was much better than before. Although they were still involved in some illegal activities, it was much better than before. Su Yun returned to the hotel to confirm. Chai Huai and the others had indeed checked out and left. It was obvious that he was really scared. Su Yun, who originally wanted to go straight home, suddenly thought of Chong Mo. He didn't know how she was adjusting her emotions by herself. Su Yun stopped the car and went straight to Chong Mo's room. Although it was already 10 o'clock at night, he believed that basically no one would be asleep at this time. People nowadays like the night more and more because only at night could they relax and tear off the mask that they wore all day. However, after Su Yun knocked a few times, no one answered. Although Su Yun didn't believe that Chong Mo would make the decision to leave on her own, he still felt a little nervous. After all, Chong Mo's emotions were unstable now. Anything could happen. Su Yun still needed Chong Mo's cooperation to find the root of Sky's Eye. If Chong Mo left now, he wouldn't be able to explain it to Wan Guangxiao. After all, he had promised to complete the mission. Su Yun went downstairs to the car and dialed Chong Mo's number. Although it took a while for Chong Mo to answer, Su Yun was still relieved. As long as she was still willing to answer the phone, it meant that she was still there. "What's wrong?" Chong Mo said lightly. "Where are you?" "I went to the hotel to look for you, but you weren't there," Su Yun said. Chong Mo smiled. "Why, are you afraid that I'll run away? If you're worried, you shouldn't have brought me out." "That's not what I meant. Su Yun, it's just that it's so late and you're alone outside. I'm worried that you won't be safe. You should be worried about other people's safety, not me." Chong Mo said, "I'm fine. I just want to go to the beach and enjoy the breeze. Do you want to come? It's very comfortable here. It can make people forget a lot of troubles." Su Yun nodded. "Okay, where are you? I'll go find you." "Just by the pier," Chong Mo said. "I'll wait for you." Su Yun hung up and drove to Chong Mo's place. As expected, it was easy to find her. Chong Mo was drinking beer alone. She had already finished all 6 cans of beer, leaving only half a can in her hand. "You're a little late. If you were a little earlier, you could have accompanied me for a drink." "Drinking beer alone isn't good for the stomach," Su Yun said. "You should at least prepare some dishes to go with the beer, right?" "It's good to drink like this," Chong Mo said. "I didn't expect you to be such a good drinker." "No, your stomach is pretty good. You can finish 6 cans. Are you full?" Su Yun sat beside Chong Mo. He took out a pack of cigarettes from his pocket and lit one up. Chong Mo suddenly reached out and took the cigarette away from Su Yun's mouth. Then, she took a puff. Perhaps it was because she had never smoked before, but even though it was just a small puff, Chong Mo choked and coughed a few times. "Actually, it's quite strange for a girl to smoke," Su Yun said. "It gives people a bad feeling. It's very inelegant." "Aren't men the same? They're not gentlemanly at all when they smoke," Chong Mo said, "but many people think that it's normal for men to smoke, but it's strange for women to smoke. This isn't the so-called equality between men and women." Su Yun shrugged and lit another one. "Smoking is banned everywhere, but it can't be banned. After all, tobacco companies bring in a lot of taxes to the country every year." Seeing Su Yun light another cigarette, Chong Mo, who didn't feel comfortable after taking a puff, extinguished the cigarette in her hand. Chapter 2497. That's too wasteful. Su-yun, this cigarette is like your life. You've only lived it for such a short period of time. Throwing it away like that is too much of a waste. Chong Mo smiled and said, You're really able to get away with anything. Isn't this a bit too forceful? Is it? I don't think it's forceful. It's quite good. Su-yun, this is probably the best analogy I've ever used. Alright, stop talking nonsense. I'm not in the mood to talk about these things with you. Chong Mo, I know what you want to say. You don't have to repeat yourself. I understand. I came out to make myself think about these things better. Su-yun laughed. Then when you think it's appropriate, you can say goodbye to your past. Truly accept your new life. As he spoke, Su-yun handed another cigarette to Chong Mo. It's like you extinguished the previous cigarette with your own hands. Then, when you relight it, you'll find that the taste is completely different. Chong Mo was startled. He took the cigarette from Su-yun's hand and lit it curiously. He didn't know if it was because of his imagination or because he had gotten used to it, but he didn't choke or cough. Why is that? Chong Mo didn't understand. They were both cigarettes. Why did it have a different taste? Because the previous cigarette was lit by me. You didn't light it yourself. Su-yun, it's like your previous life was lit by someone else and not by you. It's the same principle. Only the life you lit by yourself is what you want. Alright, I admit that you're a very persuasive person. Chong Mo laughed. I can't help but admire your eloquence. You're much better than I thought. Really? Su-yun laughed. I'm just expressing a fact. Whether it makes sense or not is up to you. Chong Mo, I know you want me to bring you to that place. But I still can't let it go. Do you understand what I mean? Of course. Su-yun, if it were me, there would be a lot of things I can't let go of. I understand this feeling, so I understand you. Chong Mo was silent for a while and said, Do you have to go there? Can't I give up? I mean, can I stop touching my memories? Su-yun knew that some memories would cause more pain the more one touched them. However, if this pain was not completely eradicated, it would still accompany the person for the rest of their life. Furthermore, Su-yun wanted to completely eradicate Heaven's Eye not only because of Chong Mo, but also because of the things he wanted to protect. Because of the AI chip in Chong Mo's body, Sky's Eye already knew the exact location of the Dragon Brigade. This was always a threat to them. After all, Heaven's Eye was an organization that could do anything. If they wanted to do something to Huaxia one day, this would be a very advantageous condition for them. This condition would allow them to get the upper hand. Therefore, regarding the matter of the Sky Eye, Su-yun's idea was the same as Wan Guangxiao's. They had to strike first to gain the upper hand. Once they lost the opportunity to strike first, it meant that the advantage would be given to Heaven's Eye. Su-yun had no choice but to make this decision, even if it would make Chong Mo feel that it was very difficult. Can I tell you what I'm feeling right now? Chong Mo said, Perhaps there's no need for you to waste your time on me, because I might never agree to take you to cause trouble for Heaven's Eye. Su-yun smiled. I won't force you. Let nature take its course. Chong Mo smiled. I hope so. Then let's go back. I didn't expect Qingdao to be so cold at night. I can't stand wearing a single layer of clothing. Even if it's summer, the sea breeze is enough. Su-yun said, Let's go, I'll send you back. After Su-yun brought Chong Mo back to the hotel, Chong Mo wasn't in a hurry to get out of the car. She looked at Su-yun up and down. Actually, you don't look bad in formal wear. You just lack a bit of manliness, but I feel that you have a bit more taste. Should I say thank you? Su-yun smiled bitterly. I don't want to dress like this every day. It's quite restrictive. Chong Mo said indifferently, Do you want to go up and sit for a while? It's not appropriate at this time. Su-yun was startled. What, you have a guilty conscience? You don't dare to go up? Chong Mo provoked. Forget it, what if you don't have the willpower? I don't want to invite a wolf into the house. I don't care, I'm just worried that it'll be inconvenient for you. Su Yun, it's not good for a man and a woman to be alone together. People will definitely misunderstand if they see us. It won't be good for your reputation. Chong Mo snorted in disdain. Don't give me that. I'm afraid that everyone working in Sky Entertainment and around Sky Entertainment knows your car. If I walk out of your car right now, people will definitely gossip if they see me. Su Yun smiled bitterly. Then he really wouldn't be able to go out alone with others in the future. It's better than people saying that you went to a hotel. It's much better than people saying that you went out to have sex in the car, right? Chong Mo said, it's a good thing that this is your territory and no one dares to follow you. Otherwise, I'm really worried that people will say that it's a publicity stunt. Su Yun gave him a thumbs up. It seems like you know quite a lot. I saw a lot of news online today and found that the entertainment industry's news is similar. They're all called publicity stunt. Chong Mo said, your industry really doesn't have any real news at all. Isn't it too scary? If there's a lot of fake news, it'll become fake. If there's a lot of fake news, it'll become real. Su Yun, the industry is like this. It's not something that can be changed in a short period of time. It's survival of the fittest. You have to be able to withstand the slander to survive in this industry. Chong Mo smiled. If it were me, I definitely wouldn't be able to survive in this industry. Su Yun nodded. You really know your place. You know your own weakness. If anyone dares to slander me, I'll definitely settle the score with them. Chong Mo said, the people in this industry probably won't think that way, right? The more they're slandered, the more it becomes a publicity stunt. Su Yun admired Chong Mo's intelligence. You're really right. Those who can really stay popular in the entertainment industry have this ability. They can see the things that slander them as publicity stunt for themselves. They can laugh at themselves and convert all the negative energy. That's really not a normal tolerance. Chong Mo sighed. I think I should just forget about it. I definitely won't be able to take it. You really can't stay in this industry, Su Yun said. Chong Mo waved her hand. Then forget it. I thought I could sign with your company and be a small artist or something. Looks like I don't have the talent. Maybe you'll be able to adapt to this society for a longer time and become more tactful. Su Yun smiled. I hope so. Chong Mo opened the door and got out of the car. You can go back. See you later. I'd better not attract any attention for you. I won't invite you up to sit. Su Yun smiled and watched Chong Mo enter the hotel before driving away. He was very pleased to see Chong Mo's condition. At least Chong Mo's condition was much better than when she was in Yanjing. If this continued, he believed that she would be able to accept her new life very soon. After leaving the hotel, Su Yun quickly drove back home. She was tired from the day's work and had been accompanying Chai's grandson for so long. Tonight, she had to take a hot bath to get rid of the fatigue in her body. There were still a lot of things waiting for him to do tomorrow. Su Yun finally understood how hard it was for Zhua Meiyan and Ruan Qingshuang. He finally understood how hard it was to be busy all day long. No boss could live as relaxed and happy as the loser imagined. They all had to bear the pressure and work intensity that ordinary people couldn't bear. That was why they could enjoy material benefits that ordinary people couldn't. Everything was proportional. The more you put in, the more you would get. This principle applied to everything. There was no exception. Chapter 2498. After chatting with Su Yun for a while, Chong Mo's mood was much better. She couldn't help but grunt a few times on the way back to her room. However, when she reached the door of her room, she suddenly froze. Because she remembered very clearly that when she left, she closed the door very carefully. Now that the door was ajar, it was obvious that someone opened the door when she wasn't there. If it was the hotel's room service, the room would be cleaned during the day, and definitely not at night. Chong Mo took a deep breath and gently pushed the door open. The TV in the room was turned on, and she also heard someone laughing while watching the TV. Who? Chong Mo shouted. Who's inside? She was surprised to find that a card that wasn't the hotel room card was inserted into the electric socket. Obviously, it was this completely different electronic card that opened the door to her room. Sister Chong Mo, you came back a bit too late. A voice in the room laughed and said, I didn't expect you to go out so late. Chong Mo's mind buzzed. Of course, she could recognize this voice. It was definitely him, her younger brother who came to Heaven's Eye 3 years later than her. Although they didn't interact much because their father arranged for them to stay in different places, Chong Mo could clearly remember his voice. His voice was very special. A young man wearing a black hoodie appeared in front of Chong Mo. Chong Mo couldn't react for a long time. What's wrong, Sister Chong Mo? You've been out for so long that you don't even remember me? The young man smiled and said, I'm Mo Chen. Chong Mo panicked and closed the door. She looked at the person in front of her with a shocked expression and said, Mo Chen, why are you here? How did you find me? Phew. Mo Chen took a deep breath and threw a bag of snacks on the table. Sister Chong Mo, do you think father needs to waste a lot of effort to find someone? Chong Mo shook her head and said, No. Impossible. No, why? Why is that? I don't understand what you're asking. Mo Chen said, Are you asking me? Chong Mo widened her eyes and said, Of course I'm asking you. Why? What why? Mo Chen was surprised. Sister Chong Mo, your temper is much more irritable than before. I don't remember you being like this before. Don't talk so much nonsense to me. Why are you here? Why did father look for me? Chong Mo asked. Why? Give me an answer. Mo Chen said, Sister Chong Mo, you are father's daughter. Does he need a reason to find his daughter? Why not? But why did you only find me now? Why did you only find me now? Chong Mo was losing control of his emotions. What were you guys doing before? Why didn't anyone look for me before? Let me ask you, where is Kan Kong? Where's Nian Yi? Also, where is Gu Li? Why didn't they come? What's the point of giving up hypocrisy? This was something that Chong Mo was very confused about. She knew her father's principles all too well. Since she had always been in the same group as Remnant and the others, everything would be handled and resolved by their own group. They would never let anyone else interfere. Although Mo Chan was also a child taken in by her father, he had no contact with them at all. Even though Chong Mo had only met him 3 to 5 times and chatted with him twice, he was the one who interacted with the most. It was even more impossible for Remnant and the others to have any contact with Mo Chen. Therefore, it was absolutely impossible for him to join Remnant and the others to work together. This is crazy. Do you know what I want to say? Chong Mo said, I really can't believe how you found me. Chong Mo had already destroyed the chip on her when she was in Yenjing. How could she still be tracked? It was simply inconceivable. It was completely beyond her imagination. Elder sister Chongma, you'd better calm down first. Otherwise, I'm afraid we can't explain the situation clearly. Mo Chen said, You shouldn't be so wary of me. I think we should trust each other more. Isn't that right? Trust. Chong Mo's emotions had completely collapsed. When she was helpless in Yenjing, the trust she had for him had long been worn away bit by bit. It was not that she did not want to trust him, but she really could not find a reason to trust him. She no longer trusted her father, nor did she trust Kan Kong and the others. What did she have to trust Mo Chen, who she had barely interacted with? That's right. I need your trust. Mo Chen said, otherwise, we won't be able to have a good chat. All right, I'll trust you. Then tell me first, where is Remnant? And Gu Li, what is he doing? Since father sent someone to look for me, why don't I see Nian Yi? Chong Mo asked a series of questions. Shouldn't they and Jie Su be the ones looking for me? Why is it you? Where are they? Sister Chong Mo, you seem to be asking too many questions. Mo Chen said. As for Remnant, Gu Li, and Jie Su, he did not know where they were. However, he knew very well that Nian Yi had been executed by father for her betrayal. Of course, he could not tell Chong Mo the truth. Only father could tell her all of this. No one else had the right to do so. Too many. I just want to know why you're the one looking for me instead of them. It's such a simple question. Too many. Chong Mo raised her voice. Mo Chen laughed bitterly. Fortunately, this 5-star hotel had good soundproofing. Otherwise, the people next door would definitely think that there was an intense argument going on in their room. Oh. Not many, not many. I can answer you. Mo Chen said. Sister Chong Mo, sit down first. Drink something and calm down. I'll tell you later. As he spoke, Mo Chen opened a bottle of mineral water and handed it to Chong Mo. Chong Mo took the mineral water. Just as she was about to drink it, she stopped. Mo Chen had opened the bottle and handed it to her. She did not drink it. Hey, Sister Chong Mo, I'm also father's child. Don't tell me you don't trust me? Mo Chen waved his hand helplessly. Fine. I'll give you this. You can open this yourself. Then, Mo Chen handed Chong Mo a can of soda water. Chong Mo placed the bottle of mineral water to the side and took a sip from the unopened can. Mo Chen raised his hand to express his helplessness. He also expressed his extreme disappointment towards Chong Mo's distrust of him. Sister Chong Mo, you're making me feel like a failure. You're actually being doubted by your own people. You don't even trust your own people. I believe father will also be very disappointed. Chong Mo shook her head. No, there's nothing to be disappointed about. For us, this is normal. Fine, if you say it's normal, then it's normal. Mo Chen said. I'll listen to you. Have you calmed down now? If you've calmed down, then can you listen to me? Okay. I've calmed down. Chong Mo said, but if you want me to listen to you, then answer my question first. What about them? Why are you here, not them? What's the difference? Mo Chen said, am I not father's child? Chong Mo made a prompt decision. Yes, of course you are. Of course you're father's child, but you're not with us. You and I both know father's arrangement. Fine. I understand. I shouldn't have come here. If I did, it would arouse your suspicion. They should have come. But do you think I wanted to come? This is father's arrangement. Mo Chen also raised his voice. Why? Chong Mo asked back. Why did father make such an arrangement? Why didn't he arrange for them to come and find me? Because something happened to them. Mo Chen said, when you were taken to Yanjing, father immediately asked them to save you. But there were too many masters in the place you were taken to. So something happened to them. Buzz. Chong Mo's mind went blank. For a moment, she felt the whole world was spinning. Why? How could it be? How could something happen? No, it definitely couldn't be like this. They were all battle-hardened and experienced. How could something happen just like that? Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. Chapter 2499. Chong Mo hugged her head and pressed hard on her temples. No, that's impossible. Nothing could have happened to them. It's impossible. You're lying, you're spouting nonsense. Sister Chong Mo, why would I lie to you? Mo Chen asked. Why would I come all the way here to lie to you? Why do you think I would do that? That's right, why would he do that? Chong Mo could not think of any reason for someone to do such a senseless thing, so she was even more confused. Did father ask him to do that? Was that why he did that? But why would father do that? There was no reason. No, what had happened? What was the truth? Chong Mo had no way to fully understand the situation. She felt like her head was about to explode. Her entire brain felt like it was about to explode. How did something happen to them? Where did it happen? Tell me. Chong Mo continued to interrogate him. Mo Chen, if you dare to lie, I'll kill you. Sister Chong Mo, Are you threatening me? Emo Chen said, I came to save you out of kindness. If you're going to say that, then I don't think there's any need for me to help you. No, you have to tell me. Tell me what happened. Chong Emo refused to let him off. Emo Chen nodded. All right. Since you must know, I'll tell you clearly. That way you can give up. But if you can't take it, don't blame me. Tell me. Chong Mo's patience had reached its limit. Tell me. Don't waste any more time. How are they now? Something happened to them because they tried to save you. After they went to Beijing, they were surrounded by many experts. Emo Chan said, Nian Yi has died because of this. The other 3 are also heavily injured. It wasn't easy for them to escape from death. That's how we found out that something had happened here. That's why I'm here. Chong Mo's mind was once again occupied by a buzzing sound. Something had happened. Nian Yi had died because of her? No, it couldn't be. You're lying. It's not like that at all. Nothing could have happened to them and Nian Yi wouldn't have died. Chong Mo said, when I was in Yanjing, those people promised me that as long as they came to save me, they would let me go safely. It's because they didn't come that all this happened. Ha. Ha. You would rather believe the enemy's stupid words than believe me? Emo Chen said, why would they agree to your request? How is this possible? Chong Mo kept shaking her head. She really didn't know what was real and what was fake. He didn't know anything. There were too many things that she didn't understand. Think about it, who is the closest person to you? Emo Chan said, do you think father and father will give up on you? Do you think Sky will give up on you? Was Silly that kind of person? How could Jie Ji not want to save you as soon as possible? Nian Yi had even lost her life because of you, yet you still believe in the words of the enemy? Chong Mo's mind went blank. Did Su Yun really lie to her? Did Sky and the others really come to save her? She was just being used as bait. Su Yun, this liar. Yes, it was Su Yun who promised her that as long as they came, they would let her go. But he didn't do that. He was a liar who cheated people's feelings and made them hate him to the core. Why did he lie to her? Sister Chong Mo, I think you're a smart person. You must be able to understand the reason behind this. Emo Chen said, what we do is to get rid of evil. Why don't they acknowledge us? It's because they're harboring evil. It's because they're good at deceiving people that they pretend to be like this. Anger rose in Chong Mo's heart. At this moment, she only had one thought, and that was to kill Su Yun. Let Su Yun be in so much pain that he wished he was dead. Living a life worse than death. He lied to her and hurt her family. He caused the death of her family. Su Yun, the culprit. At the thought of this, Chong Mo could no longer stay put. She wanted to see Su Yun immediately. She wanted him to give her an explanation. Where are you going? Emo Chan saw that Chong Mo wanted to leave and stepped forward to stop her. You can't take the risk now. Get out of my way. I don't need anyone else to interfere with my matters. If you don't want to cause trouble, then shut your mouth. Chong Mo said, get out of my way. Otherwise, I'll get rid of you too. Sister Chong Mo, I'm here to help you. Can't you see the situation clearly? What do you think you can do by yourself? Emo Chan said, you can't do anything by yourself, so you need help. You need me. Chong Mo was silent. With her skills, it was impossible for her to compete with Su Yun. What about Emo Chen? How much ability could Emo Chen have? Chong Mo didn't think that Su Yun would be of any help to Su Yun. After all, Su Yun was someone who could easily win against both Remnant and Jie Su. You can't help me. You're not qualified. Chong Mo said, get out of my way. Don't distract me because of you. Maybe I'm not as strong as Can Kong and Jie Su, but I know how to use the simplest method to do the most correct thing. Sister Chong Mo, sometimes you can't just rely on force. There's also this. Emo Chen pointed at his head. That's right. He had to rely on intelligence to win. Okay, I'll give you a chance to make me believe you. Chong Emo said, tell me, why did father let you find me when my tracking chip was destroyed? Emo Chen shrugged. The reason is simple. You have more than one chip in your body. When he finished his sentence, Chong Emo was completely shocked. Could it be that there were other chips implanted in her body? Why didn't she know? When exactly did father do it? Sister Chong Emo, father did everything for your own good. I hope you can understand, Emo Chen said. Chong Emo closed her eyes. After a long time, she came back to her senses and said, okay, you said you can help me. How can you help me? You can't predict the opponent's strength, so you better give me a reliable answer. Emo Chen seemed to have a plan. If we can't win in a head-on fight, then we'll launch a surprise attack. A surprise attack will definitely be effective. Chong Emo said, how? Right now, the opponent trusts you. He thinks you've done what he wants. Emo Chen said, so he won't have any defense against you. As long as you find a way to call him here and launch a fatal attack, I'll secretly help. We can easily win. Chong Emo fell silent. She didn't know if what she was doing was right or wrong. Don't you want to take revenge for Nian Yi? He killed Nian Yi with his own hands. Emo Chen said with a smile. Chong Mo's mind was filled with hatred. She gritted her teeth and said, okay, we'll do as you say. But I'm warning you, if you want to kill Su Yun, I have to do it myself. Emo Chen smiled. Okay, I'll let you do it. I'll let you do whatever you want. I'm only here to cooperate with you. Don't worry. Emo Chen, you better promise me right now that everything you said is true. Chong Emo said. Of course, everything is true. Emo Chen said, why would I lie to you? There's no need at all. Sister Chong Emo, you should come back to your senses. You've been brainwashed by them. So you have to think clearly about everything. Chong Emo took a deep breath. The problem was that she couldn't think clearly. She still couldn't tell who was brainwashing who. Was it her father or Su Yun? Or had she already made herself dizzy? Chong Emo didn't know that she was completely lost. If there was a chance, she really wanted to start her life all over again. She definitely didn't want to fall into any trap. She just wanted to be a normal person. That kind of life was called life. That kind of life was called life. Then, it wouldn't be as messy as it is now. She didn't even know if she was still living in reality. Chapter 2500. Sister Chongma, there's nothing to be doubtful about. You must seize the opportunity now that your opponent trusts you. Emo Chen said, give your opponent a fatal blow. Otherwise, you won't have another chance in the future. Faced with Emo Chen's bewitchment, Chongma had been hesitating. She had no choice but to hesitate. During the time she had interacted with Su Yun, she had not felt any malice from Su Yun from the start. That was why she trusted Su Yun. Because Su Yun was worthy of her trust. However, faced with such a huge doubt, how could she be sure? There was no way to judge. Why should she trust Emo Chen? Her familiarity with Emo Chen was far less than her familiarity with Su Yun. In her eyes, Su Yun and Emo Chen were a familiar stranger and a familiar stranger. She had reasons to trust both of them and reasons to doubt them. Perhaps you don't trust me, but you should trust father, right? Emo Chen said, you should still remember what happened back then. If father hadn't saved you, what do you think you would be like now? Sister Chongma, see clearly who is the one who truly treats you well. If the other party is good for you, they wouldn't have imprisoned you for so long. Which was more frightening? Her physical imprisonment for a short period of time or her father's eternal mental imprisonment? Chongma clearly couldn't think so much now. All the bottom lines in her heart had been broken by Nian Ye's death and the injuries of her brothers who cared for her in every possible way. If what you say is true, I will definitely kill Su Yun. Chongma said. Then give it a try. I guarantee you won't make the wrong choice. Emo-chan said, but if you want to confront him face to face, then you're gravely mistaken. He won't admit to it. What if I kill him and you're lying to me? Chongmo still had great misgivings about Emo-chan. Emo-chan smiled. Sister Chongmo, with your ability, if you want to kill me, I won't have much of a chance to escape. After all, I don't dare to hurt you. If I hurt you, father won't forgive me. This might be the best reason to convince Chong Emo. If you lie to me, I swear I will make you regret it, Chong Emo said. All right. Emo-chan said in his heart. When you realize that everything is just a scam, it will be too late. Everything will be too late. Chong Emo took out her phone. Emo-chan saw her hesitant look and raised his hand to stop her. What are you doing? Chong Emo said. Why did you stop me? Didn't you want me to lure Su-yoon here? Sister Chongmo, it's clear that you're not ready yet. Your condition will betray you. Emo-chan said, moreover, didn't you just meet him? If you call him over now, it will definitely arouse his suspicion. Chong Emo was startled. How do you know I just met him? When he came to the hotel to look for you, I had just arrived. I heard him calling you, so I went to the beach to look for you. Emo-chan said, I don't have the ability to know everything. I just happen to know it. Chong Emo took a deep breath. Then you said I can't do it now. When can I do it? Give yourself a night to think about it. I believe you will understand. Emo-chan said, adjust your emotions. When the time comes, you must seize the opportunity. You must remember that we only have this one chance, only one chance. All right, you can leave. Chong Emo said, I want to be alone for a while. Are you serious? It's already so late. Where do you want me to go? Emo-chan said, your room is so big. The sofa is also so big. I can make do with it for a night. Sorry, I don't want to make do with you. Chong Emo said, I don't like to sleep with someone in my room. So please be conscious. Thank you. Emo-chan shrugged helplessly. That's a bit unkind. Sister Chongmo, I have always treated you as my sister. I can't believe you would kick me out at this time. I already asked you to leave. Chong Emo said, kick you out? I'm afraid you won't be so polite. All right, I'll leave. I'll leave. Emo-chan said, anyway, it's my first time coming to Guchin Island. I should go and enjoy the nightlife of Guchin Island. I heard that Guchin Island's little man is quite interesting. He, maybe I can meet her at the bar today. Chong Emo said with a sullen face, good luck. I won't see you out. Emo-chan knew that he would be asking for trouble if he continued, so he quickly left Chong Mo's room. He believed that he had said enough. If Chong Emo would make a move, she would. Saying more was useless. Instead, it would make Chong Emo feel that he had an ulterior motive. The choice was up to her. However, Emo-chan was still very confident. Because they were all raised by their father, he believed that their feelings for their father were the same. Only at this time could he really test Chong Mo's loyalty to his father. Chong Mo's loyalty was known by everyone. That was why Emo-chan was so confident that she would do as he said. After leaving the movie hotel, Emo-chan found a bar full of customers to pick up girls. Since he was here, he couldn't go back empty-handed. Anyway, there was nothing to do in the long night. Perhaps his best choice now was to have a one-night stand. After all, there weren't many opportunities to come out. He didn't want to waste such an opportunity. Not staying at Chong Mo's place might be a better choice than staying at her place. He didn't dare to mess around with Chong Emo. No matter what, as long as Chong Emo changed her mind, got rid of Su-yoon, and went back with him, she would still be his father's most beloved daughter. Compared to Emo-chan's position in his father's eyes, Chong Emo was much higher. Under the red lights and green wine, Emo-chan quickly did as the Romans did. While drinking, he struck up a conversation with all kinds of young women. The girls of the Guchin Island were really hot. They had a great figure, a great height, and a pretty face. It really made him forget to leave. Mo Chen didn't know when he drank until he left the bar with two girls who were chatting very comfortably. He didn't care about anything else. He wanted to have fun first. Chong Mo almost didn't sleep that night. Her mind was filled with the words that Mo Chen said to her. Her mind was filled with the words that Su Yun said to her. Also, Nian Ye's figure kept flashing through her mind. Nian Yi had helped her many times and always cared about her. Also, Can Kong and the others. Every one of them used their own ways to care for her and take care of her. Could it be that they were all harmed by Su Yun? When she thought of this, Chong Mo felt a heart-wrenching pain in her heart. Why? Why did it have to be like this? If Su Yun really deceived her, she really hated Su Yun to death. But now that she thought about it, the possibility of this happening was really too high. Because when Chong Mo was locked up, Su Yun didn't stay in Yanjing at all. Instead, he left. Although Su Yun had promised this, if Can Kong and the others really came, would Su Yun and his chief really fulfill this promise? Perhaps this promise was just a joke in their eyes, a joke to appease her. That was all. Chong Mo slammed her fist on the bed angrily. Who could understand the helplessness she felt? Who could understand the anger she felt? Who could understand the dilemma she was in now? No one would ever be able to stand where she was and think about how things had turned out. Chong Mo knew that she only had one choice left, which was to make a move against Su Yun. No matter what the truth was, she had to do it. Because this was the only way she wouldn't miss out on anything. Because this was the only way she wouldn't waste this opportunity. Just as Mo Chan had said, there was only one chance and it was reserved for those who were prepared. If she wasn't prepared and missed this opportunity, she would never have another chance again. That's right, forever. If Nian Yi was really killed by Su Yun and the others, she would never have another chance to take revenge. Never again. It was better to kill 1,000 by mistake than to leave a single person behind. This was the thought that their father had instilled in them since they were young. Chong Mo had also been instilled with this thought since she was young. Naturally, she would make this choice. It was late at night but Chong Mo still couldn't fall asleep. Chapter 25:01. Ever since he started working at Sky Entertainment systematically, Su Yun had developed the habit of waking up early every morning to run and breathe in the fresh air. Only when he was in a good mood early in the morning could he feel that the day's work would go smoothly and he would feel refreshed. After Su Yun and Cho Yun arrived at the company together, Cho Yun went to organize the personnel files. Recently, the economy of Huaxia wasn't doing very well, and the stock market's turbulence made things worse. Therefore, Su Yun decided to lay off some of the people who were lazy and got into Sky Entertainment through messy connections. When the economy was good, Su Yun didn't mind keeping a few idle people, but things were different now. Moreover, some of the things these idle people did were a bit too much. For example, in terms of business promotion expenses, there were a lot of untrue expense claims. In fact, this situation had already existed when Zhu Meiyan took over Sky Entertainment, but at that time she couldn't act rashly. Now, after so many years, she had a firm foothold. Moreover, now that Su Yun had taken over, it was time to get rid of those useless people. In the towering tree that was Sky Entertainment, there were too many parasites. Being lazy had become a habit of these people. Su Yun was thoroughly enraged by this. It was all because of a single claim. The three of them had a meal and an invoice of 70,000 yuan was issued. It was said that they were entertaining sponsors. Su Yun was puzzled by this. Now, for the movies and TV series produced by Sky Entertainment, how many sponsors were trying to get Su Yun? This wasn't a matter of them begging for sponsors. It was the other way around. Just based on this point, Su Yun was speechless. These bastards really thought he was an idiot. They thought he couldn't understand the situation. Therefore, Su Yun directly ordered Cho Yun to organize the personnel files. Based on the situation of these lazy people, she came up with a layoff plan. These bastards were all fired in one go. This way, Sky Entertainment would be much cleaner. As for how these people would eat after leaving Sky Entertainment, that was up to them. They could eat wherever they wanted. If they couldn't make money, they would starve to death. In any case, Sky Entertainment Group wouldn't be paying these parasites a single cent. If he found out about those who were extravagant and wasteful, Soo-yoon would think of other ways to deal with them. Even if they had to go through the legal process, they had to make sure that they died convinced. Cho-yun first pulled out the personnel files to find out how everyone got into the company. Anyone who didn't get in through a proper interview had to be checked. When the HR department spread the news, the entire Sky Entertainment was in an uproar. Many people were on tenterhooks, afraid that they would be implicated. Some people were very self-aware. They knew that they definitely had no chance. Their faces were like frosted eggplants, but there was no way to salvage the situation. The matter had already been done, and they deserved to be investigated and dealt with. There was no spoiling for no reason, nor was there any punishment for no reason. The HR department kept sending information to Soo-yun's office. Soo-yun personally checked it and decided how to deal with it. Just the number of people who needed to be fired was picked out by Soo-yun. There were also more than 20 people who needed to be demoted and investigated. There were also more than 10 people who needed to be suspended from their pay. They had to wait for the results to come out before they could be fired. The bigger the commotion, the more nervous the people who were guilty were. In the process, some people even took the initiative to resign. But now, they couldn't just leave. Even if they wanted to leave, they had to go through an investigation to find out how much money they had wasted in the company. As long as it reached a certain amount, they would be mercilessly sued in court. It could be said that Soo-yun really went too far this time. Those people who usually treated him like a sick cat were completely stunned. Just as Soo-yun was dealing with this matter in full swing, Chong Mo called. "What's wrong? Are you tired of playing in Qingdao?" Soo-yun asked as he picked up the phone. Chong Mo said indifferently, "It's a bit boring. There's only so much fun in Qingdao. You don't know how lucky you are. If you work here for a few days, you'll know how lucky you are now." Soo-yun, how about it? Are you interested in working at Sky Entertainment for a few days? Feel what it's like to be a white-collar worker in the city. Chong Mo smiled slightly. "I don't know how to do anything. If I go, I'll just cause trouble." That's not necessarily true. Soo-yun, some things are better done by inexperienced people. For example, in the purchasing department of the company, you'll be transferred after half a year. Haha. Because most people don't dare to take money that isn't very honorable when they first start. Even if they do take money, it's just a small amount. After a long time, your appetite will grow. Then do you have time now? If you do, come to my place. Chong Mo said, "I have something to tell you." Soo-yun was startled. Now. Chong Mo said, "I feel like I've figured out some things." "I've figured it out." Soo-yun couldn't believe his ears. "You're saying that you've figured out the Sky Eye?" "Yes." Chong Mo said, "I'll wait for you at the movie hotel. It's so close. I won't take up too much of your time." "Okay, wait for me. I'll be right there." Soo-yun immediately put down all the work in his hands. There was nothing more important than this matter. However, Soo-yun felt that it was a bit strange. Yesterday, when he was chatting with Chong Mo was still very conflicted. How could he figure it out in one night? Could it be that there was an expert guiding him? Soo-yun really felt that it was a bit inconceivable that he suddenly understood. Anyway, the movie hotel was just across the road. It wouldn't take much time. Soo-yun didn't think too much and directly rushed over. Soo-yun came to Chong Mo's room and knocked on the door. Chong Mo quickly opened the door and let him in. Soo-yun walked in and saw a mess of snacks on the table. The curtains were closed. There was a faint fragrance in the room. It was Chong Mo's scent. "Why did you suddenly call me over?" Soo-yun asked. "What do you want to talk to me about?" "Take a seat first." Chong Mo poured a glass of water for Soo-yun. "Drink some water. I'll tell you slowly." Soo-yun took the glass from Chong Mo's hand and drank some water. "You said you've figured it out. You've really made up your mind?" What made you suddenly decide?" Because I trust you. Chong Mo said, so I've decided to help you. Su-yun suddenly felt his eyes darken. A strong wave of sleepiness almost made him unable to open his eyes. Pa Su-yun put down the glass in his hand and said weakly to Chong Mo, Chong Mo, what exactly is this thing you gave me? What is it? Chong Mo asked. It's just water. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Chong Mo, I trusted you so much, but you put something in the water. Su-yun felt his eyes were really sore. It was so sore that he couldn't open them. Why would you do this to me? Chong Mo was silent. She looked at Su-yun and didn't say anything for a long time. Until Su-yun couldn't take it anymore. He had to close his eyes for a long time to maintain his weak mental state. You trusted me that much? Su-yun, I should be the one saying that. I trusted you so much. Chong Mo said, why would you lie to me? You said that as long as someone came to save me, you would let them go unconditionally, right? Su-yun nodded. But no one came to save you. Are you sure? I'm afraid that's not the case. There were so many of you. How could you just stand by and watch? It's not that no one came to save me. It's that you didn't keep your promise. When someone came to save me, they fell into your trap. Chong Mo said angrily. What nonsense are you talking about? I'm a man of my word. I'm not that kind of person. Su-yun said, I'm a man of my word. Unfortunately, you weren't there at that time. Even if you agreed, someone else wouldn't. Chong Mo said. Su-yun shook his head. That's impossible. The Dragon Brigade is not a place that doesn't keep its promises. What did you hear? Why would you say that? Haha, you still want to lie to me? Su-yun, you really disappoint me. Chong Mo said, how long are you going to lie to me? I can't take it anymore. Su-yun insisted, I didn't lie to you. Chong Mo suddenly pulled out a dagger from behind her and pressed it against Su-yun's chin. Since you won't admit it, don't blame me. Even if you kill me, I won't admit to something I didn't do, Su-yun said. Chapter 2502. Enough, Su-yun. You don't have the chance to find an excuse, Chong Mo said. It doesn't matter if you don't admit it, because I don't plan on giving you a chance. Su-yun smiled. Trust is mutual. If you think I betrayed your trust and treated me like this, that's good. You betrayed my trust in you. No, this isn't equal, nor is it fair. Chong Mo said, you'll probably owe me more. Is that so? Su-yun shook his head. But I don't think so. I didn't betray your trust. If I'm not wrong, you must have been used by someone. Chong Mo said, I was indeed used by someone, but the person who used me was you. Besides you, who else would use me? Su-yun smiled bitterly. I don't have any ability to resist now. Is that person still not planning on showing up? Chong Mo, think about it. Why is he so careful not to show up? It's because he's guilty. That's why he's hiding. It's a human instinct. Finally, Mo-chan couldn't stand Su-yun's sarcasm. He appeared in front of the two. I'm not guilty. I just don't think there's a need to see you. That's all. Seeing the young man come out, Su-yun was relieved. This meant that Chong Mo was only bewitched. It wasn't because of his own heart. This was good news. Looks like the culprit has come out. Su-yun smiled. Be careful when you do things in the future. Today you guys made a lot of mistakes. Chong Mo and Mo-chan were stunned. They looked at Su-yun in confusion. They didn't understand what Su-yun meant. I remember that when Chong Mo came back yesterday, he didn't buy any snacks. Also, he didn't buy any snacks since he came to Qingdao. Su-yun said, that's why there's so much food in the room. I already suspected that someone was here. Mo-chan didn't want to admit it. Maybe she bought it herself. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't exist. Maybe she asked someone to send it over from the hotel. The movie hotel supplies everything, but they are all labeled. But these things are not there, so we can be sure that they are not from the movie hotel. Su-yun said, Chong-ma, I knew someone came but I didn't expect it to be someone from Heaven's Eye. Other than the people from Heaven's Eye, no one else will care about her. Emo-chen said, Su-yun, you don't need to use flowery words. It's useless for you to say anything now. No matter how good your perception is, it's useless now. Su-yun smiled. That's why my biggest mistake was believing Chong-ma's words and drinking the water she poured for me. This is something I never expected. Who do you think you are? There are many things you can't think of. Emo-chen said coldly, shut up. Don't continue to bewitch people. Su-yun ignored Emo-chen and continued to talk to Chong-ma. What do you plan to do with me now? Tell me, was it one of your men who killed Nian Yi? Chong-ma's eyes were now clouded by hatred. No. Su-yun said, I said before that I won't admit to something I didn't do. If I did, I'll take responsibility for it. Sister Chong-ma, he won't admit to it. Bring him back and we'll slowly interrogate him. He'll definitely admit to it someday. Emo-chen said, I don't believe his mouth can be harder than his bones. When we break his bones one by one, he'll definitely admit to it. Su-yun said, Chong-ma, don't do anything stupid. I really didn't do anything to let you down. Sister Chong-ma, you'll know when you go back and take a look at your injured brothers. Emo-chen said, don't you want to avenge them? Chong-ma could no longer control her emotions. She lifted Su-yun up. Su-yun, I'll take you to confront them now. If I see Kan Kong and the others and ask them for the truth, I'll definitely give you justice. Su-yun laughed bitterly. I'm afraid that you'll only realize that you've been used by then. It'll be too late. Sister Chong-ma, don't hesitate. Make your decision. Emo-chen said, while he's still recovering from the effects of the drug, this is our best chance. In the end, Chong-mo made his own decision and tied Su-yun up. I'll let you know that your decision was wrong. Su-yun said, if you regret it, I'll help you. I'll only say 3 words, trust me. You won't have a chance. Emo-chen said, no one will ever believe you again, you liar. Su-yun smiled. This kid was really stubborn. All right, who is the liar? Sooner or later, the truth will come out. When that day comes, you won't have the chance to quibble. Emo-chen snorted. He thought, when that day comes you, Su-yun, won't have a good ending. As long as he took Su-yun to that place, he wouldn't be able to leave alive. If he couldn't be brainwashed by his father, then there was only one path, death. Chong-ma, when you regret it, it'll be too late to say sorry. Su-yun laughed. So, have you really thought it through? Have you thought it through? I've thought it through very clearly. Chong-ma said, otherwise, I wouldn't have made a move against you. Su-yun, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize to you now. I also hope that I'm wrong. That way, they won't be in danger. That way, Nian Ye's death would be fake. Su-yun shrugged helplessly. Perhaps everything is true but you've wronged me. Chong-ma was stunned. That's impossible. If everything is true, I'll make you pay with your life. All right. Su-yun nodded. Can you take the dagger away from me now? What kind of drug did you give me to make my entire body sore and weak? I don't have the ability to fight back. Chong-ma put the dagger away. If you're going to blame me for using your trust, then you shouldn't have used mine. All right, there's no point in me saying anything now. Su-yun said, you can do whatever you want. Wherever you want to take me, I'll listen to your arrangements. Chong-ma said, haven't you always wanted to go? All right, I'll take you there this time. I'll let you see where our Heaven's Eye lives. My dream has come true. If there's wine, I'd really like to have a drink to celebrate. Su-yun said, come on, things are already under your control. You can do whatever you want. Chong-ma looked at Su-yun and suddenly felt a little guilty. After all, it was Su Yun who brought her out and gave her hope. Is there anything else you need to do? Changma said, or, is there anything else you need to tell someone? If there is. Are you crazy? Letting him go now is like letting a tiger return to the mountains. Emochen said, I won't allow it. Changma paused for a moment before continuing, if there's anything you need to tell someone about, then give them a call. Thank you. Su Yun turned back to look at Emochen. You're really narrow-minded. I'm a person of status. If I disappear without telling someone about it, it'll definitely cause a stir. I'm afraid you'll be implicated. If you don't want to get into unnecessary trouble, you'd better think it through. Emochen glared at Su Yun. Then you better not say anything when you're on the phone. Be careful or I won't be polite to you. I think with Changma here, you don't have the right to be rude to me. Su Yun looked at Emochen with disdain. He turned back to Changma and said, I don't think this guy is from Huaxia. What a weird way of thinking. He's from Korea, Changma said. Actually, there was another reason why their father had split them into groups. He would put the Huaxia people together, the Koreans together, and the people from the same country together. This way, they could better control their thoughts. Su Yun nodded in realization. Oh, so it's Appa. No wonder his thoughts are different from ours. Why is he so ignorant of the ways of the world? Emochen said coldly, Don't think that you Huaxia people know the ways of the world just because you're good on the surface. It's meaningless to me. I'll treat you in my own way. Then you have to have the right and ability. Su Yun said disapprovingly, If I didn't drink this water, you wouldn't even dare to stand out. Isn't that right? Chapter 25:03. When the little Appa heard Su Yun's sarcasm, he couldn't help but get angry. I'm going to cut off your tongue right now. Let's see what kind of trouble a person of status like you can cause. Su Yun, you really scared me to death. Actually, the medicine that Chong Mo gave Su Yun didn't have any effect at all. Su Yun had received anti-drug training, so his resistance to these things was much higher than ordinary experts. Therefore, even if Emochen really wanted to attack him, Su Yun really didn't care about fighting with him. Su Yun Hui had been in disguise because he realized that this was the best opportunity to find the location of the Heaven's Eye, so he wanted to take a risk. Emochen's anger made him lose some control over himself. He really wanted to use a knife to attack Su Yun. Stop. It's not your turn to act rashly here. If there's anything I need to do, I can do it myself. Chong Mo suddenly shouted. Emochen obediently put down the weapon in his hand. Su Yun pursed his lips. Little Appa, you can't do this. You don't dare to continue after being yelled at by a woman? As a man's seed, is this the character of a Korean? Emochen clenched his fists tightly and suppressed the anger in his heart. Let me tell you, this isn't called character. If this was in Huaxia, it would be called a coward. Su Yun, do you know what a coward means? It means a coward. That's enough. Chong Mo said, Su Yun, hurry up and call your company. If there's anything you need to do, do it. This is the last thing I can do for you. Su Yun smiled. To be honest, I really don't have anything to do. However, in order to not worry my friends and people who care about me, I'd better tell them. Su Yun only called by Xiaoye and told her that he had something to do and needed to go out for a few days. If there was anything he needed to do, he'd have to trouble her. After that, Su Yun directly turned off his phone. Those who couldn't find him would naturally find Bai Xiaoye to ask about the situation. You really only need to make this call? Chong Mo said, now you still have a chance. I really hope you can grasp your last chance. Sister Chongma, what the hell are you doing? You shouldn't be standing on his side. Emochen said angrily, do you want him to say something he shouldn't say before giving up? Do you want to let him go? Chong Mo turned around and glared at Emochen. Shut up. If I wanted to let him go, would I need to do this? If I tell him to leave now, can you stop me? Emochen was actually rendered speechless by Chong Mo's words. However, he had an idea in his heart. If Chong Emo really wanted to let him go, he would really make a move. At that time, he wouldn't care about Chong Mo's face. Unless Chong Emo was beaten to the point where he couldn't move, he wouldn't let Su Yun leave. Obviously, Chong Mo's strength wasn't enough to make him lose so badly. At most, both sides would be injured. At that time, he still wouldn't let go of Su Yun, who didn't even have the strength to truss a chicken. It seems that this little Appa's position in Heaven's Eye is much lower than yours. Su Yun smiled. Fortunately, it's like this. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be able to stand it. You'd better not keep challenging my patience. My patience with you has its limits. Chong Emo said, Su Yun, I believe you don't want me to completely fall out with you. At least, before I get an answer, I don't want to be so stiff with you. Me too. Su Yun said, I also don't want to go so far away. There won't be anyone to talk to on the way. Chong Emo said, Don't worry. I still have a lot of things to ask you. When the time comes, you'll have to say them. I'm afraid that if I don't want to say anything at that time, even if you ask me, I won't be able to say anything. Su Yun smiled. When are you going to take me out? In our current state, we don't have anything. I don't even have a visa or an ID card with me. How can we go abroad? Speaking of this, Su Yun was a little worried for them. Don't talk about planes. The traffic is so strict now. I can't even take the high-speed rail. Are you going to drive? Of course we're going to drive. Otherwise, how do you think I got here? Emo-chan said. As for how to get there, you don't have to worry about it. Su Yun took a deep breath. You guys are really talented. They drove directly to the Tibetan area and took the G3015 to the Taching area. The Taching area was located in the northwest of the Uyghur Autonomous Region, in the middle of the Ili Autonomous Prefecture. It was close to Kazakhstan, and the border was more than 500 kilometers away. In that kind of place, it was not impossible to find a breach and sneak away. As long as one had the intention, they would definitely be able to do it. After all, it was impossible for the border to be guarded every 10 meters. There must be a loophole somewhere. Once they entered Kazakhstan, as for where to go, that would be up to them. They might even be able to enter Russia directly. To this day, Su Yun was still unable to determine the exact location of the Heaven's Eye. This was what gave Su Yun a headache. We naturally have our ways, Chong Emo said. Let's go now. I don't want to waste a minute. Then you guys really need to prepare a car that can withstand damage. Otherwise, it will be troublesome if it breaks down halfway. We are in a coastal city in the east of Huaxia. To go all the way west to the European continent. This is really a feat, Emo-chen said. Since I can drive the car here alone, I have a way to drive the car back. You just need to keep your mouth shut. Don't distract me while driving. Little Appa, you don't have to be so harsh. Su Yun said, although my current physical condition is under the control of drugs, driving is something that ordinary people can do. I'm still fine. I can help you drive on the road. After all, I'm already in this state. I can't escape your control. No need. Emo-chen sneered. Don't even think about remembering the route. Chong Emo said, it's meaningless for you to remember the route. You don't have to think of me like that, right? Su Yun said helplessly. I don't think that's necessary. Chong Emo didn't say anything more to Su Yun. Leave the hotel with me now. Su Yun and Chong Emo walked out of the hotel together. Emo-chan walked out alone in another direction. When they were in the hotel lobby, they bumped into Bai Xiaoye. Brother, you are in the hotel? Why didn't you call me just now? Why didn't you just come and say hello to me? Bai Xiaoye said. Chong Emo was extremely nervous. She had never lied before, so she didn't know how to deal with this situation. I was worried that you would be busy, so I didn't look for you, Su Yun said. Go and do your work. I am in a hurry. When Bai Xiaoye saw him together with Chong Emo, she knew that it must have something to do with Chong Emo due to Chong Mo's special identity. She didn't ask too much. Then take care of yourself. Be careful. Okay, Suyun said. The two left the hotel. Chong Mo's heart was still pounding. At this time, Mo Chen drove an off-road vehicle out of nowhere and stopped in front of the hotel. After Suyun and Chong Mo got in, the car drove away. Little Oppa, it's not that I want to nag at you. I know that Oppas like you love your country and are very fond of our country. However, if you want to head west through the borders of the borderland and Tibet region, it seems a little difficult to drive your Korean off-road vehicle. Suyun said, I don't mean anything. I am definitely not looking down on Korean cars. But other than looking good, your cars are lacking in performance. Mo Chen couldn't be bothered with Suyun anymore. He didn't know what to say to Suyun to make himself feel better. Suyun's words had always been directed at him. He did not want to provoke a bellyful of anger. You can close your eyes and rest now. We will reach our destination in a few days, Chong Mo said. If you don't want me to cover your eyes, try not to provoke him and don't look around. Suyun waved her hand indifferently. Sure. It just so happens that I haven't been sleeping well recently. Tell him that he must pay attention to safety when driving. I don't want any trouble on the road. Don't worry. He won't want to get into trouble, Chong Mo said. I will make sure you reach your destination safely. Suyun really closed his eyes. That's good. I am relieved. Good morning. I am sleeping for my beauty, right? Chapter 25:04. Chong Mo ignored Suyun. She knew that Suyun was just spouting nonsense. Once they arrived at their destination, there would be plenty of opportunities for him to talk. Suyun didn't want to invite a snub and didn't say anything else. He decided to sleep for a while and recharge his energy. When they arrived at their destination, he would have a good talk with the people from Sky's Eye. The car sped along. Mo Chen seemed to be a machine that didn't know fatigue. He only stopped when the car was refueling or when the engine overheated. Otherwise, he kept moving forward regardless of day or night. He didn't need anyone to take his place. This was already their third day on the road. Suyun, who was sitting in the car, was about to go crazy. Ever since they entered the Tibetan region, the road was especially rugged and difficult to walk on. Some parts of the road were so bumpy that it made people uncomfortable. She had not gotten off the car for a few days, and her legs were about to cramp. Suyun was really puzzled as to how this Korean woman did it. She was simply an unparalleled genius. Wasn't she afraid of getting sores on her but from sitting? She even peed blood when she got off the car. Little Appa, can you respect our thoughts? Our hearts are beating like drums when you drive like this. Do you know the traffic laws? Do you know that driving while tired is a crime now? Suyun, don't Korea have traffic laws? Even if Korea doesn't, this is Hua Xia. You should abide by them. I really don't know what traffic laws are because I don't even have a driver's license. Mo Chen said coldly. If you were afraid, you wouldn't have come with us. Suyun grinned. You're right. I'll go with you. As long as I can explain things clearly, I'm not afraid of death. But I don't want to die from sitting in a road killer's car. That would be too unjust and wronged. Mo Chen stepped on the accelerator. People won't die from sitting. Unless there's a huge earthquake here and the mountain collapses and buries our car alive, you will definitely arrive safely. Just as Mo Chen was speaking, the entire ground seemed to tremble. This reaction was especially strong, so the people in the car could clearly feel the feedback from the wheels on the road. Especially Mo Chen, who was driving, the feedback from the steering wheel was too clear. The vibration was definitely caused by an earthquake. You really have a crow's mouth. Suyun was speechless. If there was really an earthquake, there was really no way to deal with this matter. The place we're walking on right now is a famous earthquake zone. It's not a big deal to have an earthquake here. Chong Mo didn't want to say anything. This is very normal, so you don't have to worry. Mo Chen continued driving. I don't have anything to worry about. I'm just afraid that he'll be scared to death. He's such a coward. It's so boring. Who are you talking about? Who are you calling a coward? Su Yun said, I'm just afraid that you won't be able to go back and report to your father if you die here. Judging from the way you flatter your father, I'm afraid that even a ghost wouldn't dare to report to the King of Hell if you can't complete the mission. Mo Chen couldn't out-talk Su Yun, so he could only step on the accelerator to vent his anger. Chong Mo looked at the situation outside and said, We should find a place to rest. I'm also a little tired. I've been driving for a few thousand kilometers and I'm not tired. You're tired? Mo Chen said, Sister Chong Mo, for the sake of flexibility, we chose to take the national highway, not the highway. At this speed, I've been driving for 3 days. Don't you think I'm tired? I'm just worried about the time and this guy's safety. He's right. If something happens on the way, we won't be able to report back. Chong Mo said, You're tired too. You should have a good rest. I don't need it. The most I've ever done was driving for 9 consecutive days. I didn't get out of the car for 9 days. I even ate, drank, and took care of simple matters in the car while driving, Mo Chen said. So, I'm fine. I can still hold on. Su Yun was helpless. The problem isn't whether you can hold on. It's whether we can hold on. You can eat and pee in the same car. You really don't have anyone else. I want to take a break. Chong Mo emphasized again. She didn't say anything else to avoid another argument between Su Yun and Mo Chen. Sometimes, she really felt that men were very childish. They would fight over something that she didn't care about. Mo Chen didn't say anything else. He complied with Chong Mo's request. Moreover, the place where they were parked was a no-man's land that was about 500 kilometers long. After entering the Tibetan region, there were too many no-man's land like this. To be honest, this place was really scary. There were almost no cars on the road. Everyone knew how dangerous it was to drive in such a place. Once the car broke down in the no-man's land, it was like giving half of your life to the King of Hell. Even if the car didn't break down, it was 10 times more expensive to refuel the car when it ran out of gas in such a place. If the car was repaired, the price would probably be more expensive than repairing a plane. Many people who had problems driving in the no-man's land had posted on the internet to complain about their bad luck. Some people even had their windshield changed, and the repair shop in the no-man's land cheated them of 20,000 yuan. Moreover, the glass wasn't suitable. It wasn't the original car at all. It was just cut and processed. Some people even encountered a black shop that charged more than 10,000 yuan to change a tire. Therefore, there was no need to worry about parking in such a place. Normal people wouldn't drive to the no-man's land. The people who occasionally passed by on the road were all people who were doing illegal things in the no-man's land. These people wouldn't stop and care about others. After Mo Chen stopped the car, he also got out to stretch his body. After sitting for 3 days, his bones were stiff. To be honest, this feeling was quite unpleasant. I should have gotten out of the car long ago to get some fresh air. After Su Yun got out of the car, he lit a cigarette. Places far away from the city are so beautiful. Look at how high the sky is, how clear it is. Every cloud can be seen clearly. I almost saw the composition of the water vapor. Mo Chen also wanted to smoke, but unfortunately, he didn't have time to prepare. Give me one. Mo Chen stepped forward and asked Su Yun. Su Yun took out the cigarette box, but was stunned. He asked, Why should I give it to you? Do I know you that well? I have to look at your face all the way to the toilet. I've really had enough. I'm not giving it to you. Who told you not to bring cigarettes? What does it have to do with me? You're really stingy. It's just a cigarette. Mo Chen said. Su Yun, yeah, it's just a cigarette. I really don't care. After saying that, Su Yun took out a cigarette and threw it on the ground in front of Mo Chen. Then, he stepped on it. If you want to smoke, find a paper. The crushed tobacco here is enough for you to roll one. A scholar would rather die than be humiliated. Mo Chen would rather smoke and suffer all over than accept this kind of humiliation. If no one smoked in these 3 days, he might have been able to hold on. But once someone enjoyed it, he couldn't control himself. If Su-Yun had known about this guy's addiction, he would have enjoyed the delicious food in the car and let this be ** die of greed. Su-Yun, it's about time. Chong Mo said, he still has to drive you for a few thousand kilometers. We're only halfway there. If you don't want him to make things difficult for you, how can he make things difficult for me? At most, he'll make me hold back my pee. I really told him that if he dares to play with me like this, I'll throw my pee into the car. I'll do what I say. Su-Yun wasn't threatened by this kind of thing. Chong Mo really couldn't do anything about it. Su-Yun also vented the anger in his heart and directly threw the cigarette to Mo Chen. Little Oppa, pay attention to your words in the future. When you ask for something from others, it's best to add the word, please. I've always thought that you Koreans are very polite. Don't embarrass your people. Mo Chen's face darkened. He thanked Chong Mo and lit up a cigarette. From his expression, one could tell that he was a heavy smoker. Chapter 25:05. This is no man's land, so it's best if we don't stay here for too long. If we run into trouble, it'll be a headache, Chong Mo said. You two better get rid of your cravings as soon as possible. Su-Yun said, we stop to take a break and stretch our muscles. There's no need to leave in such a hurry. I'll give you 10 minutes, Chong Mo said. Rest was one thing, but staying here for too long would make her feel uneasy. Perhaps it was a woman's sixth sense, but she vaguely felt that there was trouble ahead. However, just as the two of them finished their cigarettes and Mo Chan lit up another one, a messy pickup truck that had been artificially modified and reinforced slowly drove over from not too far away. It was said to be a man-made modification because some of the exposed steel bars on the outside of the car were directly tied together with iron wires. The cargo box at the back was also cut together from an abandoned container, so the whole car made clanking sounds as it drove over. The dust raised by the pickup truck made them hold their breath. The air in the no man's land was very beautiful, but the dust raised by the truck was very unpleasant. Moreover, the pickup truck drove not far from them and honked like crazy, as if it was afraid that they couldn't see it. No manners, Mo Chen said disapprovingly. Little Oppa is so nice. Go ahead and argue with them, Su-Yun joked. Chong Mo was not in the mood to care about their quarrel. She felt that something was wrong. The pickup truck speed was only around 70 kilometers per hour. After they entered the no man's land, they drove more than 200 kilometers per hour and maintained a speed of more than 150 kilometers per hour. During this hour, they did not see any people or vehicles. If the pickup truck entered the no man's land at this speed, it would take at least 3 hours to drive here. Therefore, after entering the no man's land, they should have seen the pickup truck and overtaken it. However, after entering the no man's land, they did not see any cars. Then there was a problem. This meant that the pickup truck did not drive in from the outside, but had been in the no man's land all along. It seemed that the pickup truck had outflanked them after they entered the no man's land. Chong Mo took a deep breath. She knew that something was about to happen. Just as the pickup truck passed by where they parked, the window rolled down. Su-Yun immediately shouted, "Get down!" The moment the three of them lay down, gunshots rang out. Following that, the pickup truck sped up and rushed out. Su-Yun was the first to stand up. Seeing that Chong Mo wasn't injured, he was relieved. At this time, the little Appa also stood up and patted the dust off his body. It seemed that he wasn't injured either. F***K, with this lousy spear technique, you want to play so Western? Damn you! Su-Yun cursed in his heart. It's fine if I can really bang this little Appa. Anyway, I don't like this narcissistic guy who always has a pretentious look. Just when they thought that no one was injured and that the other party had not hit anyone, Chong Mo pointed at the left rear wheel of the car. Luan Tai was shot to death by the gun-wielding bastard. That damned bastard. This was too infuriating. Fortunately, they were prepared for this trip. They had spare tires, tire repair equipment, and inflatable equipment. These were all necessary equipment for entering the Tibetan region. After half an hour of packing, the car was ready to go again. If I meet those bastards again, I'll definitely make them suffer the consequences. Mo Chen cursed. It's not too late to say that after we find them. Su Yun said, this is a big no man's land. The chassis of that pickup truck is very high. You can just find a random spot and drive it in. Where are you going to find them? Mo Chen slammed his fist on the steering wheel. He had never suffered such humiliation before. Damn it, I don't believe that I can't find them. If I can't find them, I won't leave. Mo Chen swore. If you want to waste your time here, I don't mind, Chong Mo said. However, I don't know if father will mind. Mo Chen had a belly full of grievances that he had nowhere to vent. He could only use the steering wheel as a punching bag. If you break the car, I won't run back with you, Su Yun said. Take it easy, little Appa. Just do it. This is no man's land after all. It is not as easy as you think. Also, you don't even have a satellite phone in your car. There is no signal here. After getting angry, they still had to get on the road. The three of them hurried forward without stopping, hoping to leave this damn no man's land as soon as possible. After walking for about 100 kilometers, they saw a white painted wooden sign. On it were the words, refuel. There were also a few broken tires hanging off to the side. It seemed that they could repair the car. In the no man's land, this was a good place. Although it was a scam, compared to those who were in urgent need of gasoline and car repairs, it was definitely a blessing. Although they had filled up the car with gasoline before entering the no man's land, for safety reasons, they still prepared to fill it up. They also bought some necessities to repair the car. They had already used the spare tire. Now, they had to buy another one to avoid running into those troublesome lunatics. In this damn no man's land, it was better to prepare more. It was safer to have more plans. Little Appa drove the car in. Immediately, two men, one tall and one thin, came out. Their clothes looked greasy. Obviously, they were the owners of this place. There were a few simple huts. Some sold water and food. There was also a closed door. There was a red light bulb hanging on the door. Even though it was daytime, it was still lit. There was no need for explanation. They all knew what this place was for. Fill up the car with gas and prepare a tire of my car's model. Mo Chen got out of the car to communicate with them. Su Yun also jumped out of the car and began to look around. Opening a shop in this kind of no man's land could only be a shady shop. After all, this place was different from the bustling city area. In this kind of place, one had to follow the principle of, don't open for business for 3 years, but open for business for 3 years. Otherwise, it would not be able to survive. The two men, one tall and one thin, immediately began to work hard to find a tire for them. At this time, a middle-aged man who looked older walked out. He looked at the three of them, looked at Chong Mo, and said to Su Yun and Mo Chen, bring a woman with you when you go out. It's quite convenient when you need her. Hearing this, Chong Mo was furious. If it wasn't for the fact that this man was old, she would definitely make him die a horrible death. Uncle, you misunderstood. Su Yun waved his hand. Don't talk nonsense. This is our leader. His temper is not good. The middle-aged man smiled and pointed at the room with the red light bulb. Since you came to the Tibetan area, you only cared about driving. Go over there and take a look. There is something fun there. Hey, I believe you will like it. We are all men. We all understand. Su Yun smiled and said to Mo Chen, Little Appa, go and take a look. There is a leisure and entertainment program there. Why don't you go? Little Appa did not seem to be fooled. If you want to go, go by yourself. I don't need that right now. Su Yun, go ahead. Don't worry. This kind of place is the safest. The sky is high and the emperor is far away. No one will ever come to check. Don't worry and have fun. Actually, it was not that little Appa did not want to go. However, he knew that this kind of place would definitely not have anything good. Who would come to this kind of place? No need. Mo Chen rejected in the end. Come here to refuel and deliver service. Don't worry and go. It's free. The middle-aged man continued to persuade. Are you done? If you are, then shut up. We are just passing by to refuel. We don't have time to waste. Chong Mo was a little angry. The middle-aged man frowned. He seemed to be very dissatisfied with Chong Mo's performance. He shouted loudly to stop the tall and thin people. He turned his head and said to the three people, "In our place, if you want to refuel, you have to go inside to play. Otherwise, we won't refuel." Chong Mo could no longer tolerate such an unreasonable request. If he angered her, she would really burn down this entire place. "Okay, I will go. Okay. You guys continue to do your best." Mo Chen did not seem to want to cause a dispute. He was afraid that Su Yun would take advantage of the situation. Therefore, he chose to compromise. "I like to deal with smart people." The middle-aged man smiled and then signaled Mo Chen to go inside. Su Yun reminded, "Little Oppa, take it easy. Don't break your waist. There are still a few thousand kilometers to drive. Don't go overboard. I am only trying to compromise." Mo Chen glared at Su Yun. "Don't think of me as such a despicable person." Chong Mo ignored them. "Do whatever you want." As long as she filled up the tank and left, she did not want to think about anything else. Chapter 25:06. Chong Mo looked at Su Yun and said, "Don't you plan on going in? Since you are already here, you have to do what you have to do. Why do you have to go against your morals?" Su Yun smiled and said nothing. His gaze stopped not far away from them. There was a large, dark red cloth covering a large pile of items. What was beneath it? Su Yun's mind had already formed a general shape. As for what it was, he believed that he had guessed correctly. After filling up the tank, the tall and thin duo went to find Luan Tai. The middle-aged man smiled as he looked at Su Yun and Chong Mo. It appeared as though he was waiting for something. "Uncle, it seems your place is quite good," said Su Yun with a faint smile. "There should be quite a lot of people coming and going, right? How much can you earn in 1 year? A big number should not be a problem, right?" 1 million. The middle-aged man laughed and said, "You really think too highly of me. It's already very good if I can get 2 orders a month. He, it's already been more than 20 days this month, and you're still the first customer." Su Yun was in disbelief and he said, "Surely not? Don't joke around. How is that possible? You are the only one we have seen along the way." The courtyard was not clean and there were the marks of fresh tires. When the middle-aged man said that this was their first business this month, Su Yun was inwardly chuckling. If so, how many people do you think would be willing to drive into no man's zone? The middle-aged man said, "Little brother, in this day and age, people like you are becoming fewer and fewer. Those who drive into no man's zone are people who do not care about their lives." "That is something that many people say." Su Yun laughed out and said, "There are a lot of people who drive into Tibet. It can't be that bad, right? Even if there are people, they rarely come to our shop," said the middle-aged man. "Occasionally, there will be people who drive by. However, they will bring along their own supplies, including gasoline. Thus, a shop like ours in no man's zone is practically unable to continue operating." "Then why do you insist?" Su Yun asked. The middle-aged man took a deep breath and said, "There's nothing we can do about it. Even if there are only 1 or 2 cars like yours in a year, if we can't find a shop like ours, we can only be anxious." "So you're saying that you're trying to learn from Lei Feng's good example?" "Su Yun, then I really have to thank you on behalf of the people who drove themselves into the no man's land." The middle-aged man said, "I want to ask why you are still going forward. There is a town a few hundred kilometers away, and then the border." "We're going to that town. That's our hometown. Let's go back and take a look," Su Yun said. The middle-aged man grinned. He didn't believe Su Yun's words. He only treated Su Yun's words as a joke. If you want to cross the border, I advise you to be careful. It's not a good place, especially for people like you who drive a good car but don't have a visa. This is a good car? Uncle, you really haven't seen a good car before. This car is only worth a few $100,000, Su Yun said. Besides, how do you know we don't have a visa? Who said we don't have a visa? We have one. The middle-aged man raised his eyebrows and said, Is that so? Then take it out and let me have a look. I'm afraid you don't have the authority to do that. Su Yun smiled. It was at that moment that the two men, one tall and one thin, came out. They did not bring Luan Tai with them. Instead, they brought 2 pistols with them. Earlier, they did not really refuel their car. Their fuel pipes had been modified. They did not refuel the car. Instead, they pumped it out. At present, Su Yun's car had no more fuel left. Su Yun quickly took control of the middle-aged man. In the face of such an aggressive opponent, he had no choice but to make the first move. The middle-aged man did not expect Su Yun to react so quickly. Just now they were still chatting. Suddenly, he made his move. Thus, he was caught off guard and was unable to escape. Everything happened too quickly and Chong Mo was at a loss. Thankfully, Su Yun's reaction was fast enough. If it weren't for that, she would have panicked. Chong Mo handed her dagger to Su Yun and Su Yun took control of the middle-aged man. Clearly, the tall and thin men did not expect such a reaction from the other party. They had actually taken control of their father. This was something that they had never encountered before. Thus, they were left in a state of confusion. Uncle, you fellows don't seem too friendly. Su Yun gave a faint smile. You set a trap for us, waiting for us to come out. Su Yun, what is going on? What is the meaning of this? Even now, Chong Mo was still unable to understand how Su Yun could react so quickly. Su Yun smiled. The gas machine doesn't run off. It took so long for the machine to pump the gas. Obviously, it takes longer to pump the gas than to pump the gas. Thus, it takes longer to pump the gas out. Chong Mo was enlightened. Actually, she had also realized this. However, she thought that it was because the conditions here were not good. That thing under the red tarpaulin is your pickup truck, right? Just now, it appeared out of nowhere and blew up our tires. Now, it's pretending to be a good person and opening a shop. Su Yun continued, If your business is so bad, why are there so many tire marks in the yard? It's obvious that they were left by your own car. Sharp observation skills were the most important factor in solving problems. Su Yun smiled. You even set up a cannon house. You want to take care of us 2 men without any effort, right? Mo Chen. Chong Mo panicked. Although she did not have many feelings for Mo Chen, he was still a member of Heaven's Eye. She did not want anything to happen to him. Su Yun said, Don't worry. Little Appa should be safe for now. Otherwise, they won't have the capital to negotiate with us. At this moment, the door opened. Little Appa walked out with his hands raised. Behind him were 2 women. One was holding a pistol and the other was holding a crossbow. Both of them were aimed at him. If only one of them was aiming at him, he could definitely fight back. However, both of them were lethal weapons. If he took care of one and the other attacked him, he would lose more than he gained. Thus, Mo Chen chose to accept his fate. He was threatened and walked out with his hands raised. The 2 women in the room were prepared for the 2 of them. If he and Su Yun went in together, each of them could deal with one. There was no problem. After all, Su Yun did not go in. Little Appa, you have good luck with women. There are 2 beauties. Su Yun grinned. These 2 women were really not beauties. Mo Chen did not say anything in response to Su Yun's mockery. Quickly think of a way to solve this problem. Tell that old bastard to tell his men to put down their weapons. Not only did his words have no effect, the 2 men, one tall and one thin, also aimed their guns at them. What exactly are you doing? Chong Mo shouted angrily. The middle-aged man did not say anything. His expression seemed to be saying, "Can't you see? If this was in the past, this place would be Sun Earnyong's human meat bun shop. This was a black shop. A black shop that ate people without spitting out their bones. The customers who came here would definitely be slaughtered. After that, there would be no after that. It was even said that these people could casually drive them away and throw them out of the country. That way, everything would be over." Su Yun smiled. "Not bad. This place is really rich. It's just so-so." The middle-aged man did not seem to fear them. That was because they also had people in his hands. Unfortunately, Su Yun did not care how they treated Mo Chen. "How do you plan to solve this situation?" Su Yun asked. The middle-aged man said, "You let me go and my men let your men go." "I'm afraid that's not fair." Su Yun said, "I don't think that's a good idea. You should listen to my opinion. First, fill up our car with gas. Second, prepare the tires that we want. Then, prepare some drinking water for us. Third, blow up all the tires of your pickup truck. Then, we'll be even." The middle-aged man smiled in disbelief. "Young man, isn't your thinking a little too perfect? What if I tell you that's impossible? Won't you be unable to accept it?" Su Yun said, "There's nothing that I can't accept. Do you agree or not? Tell me." "Of course I don't agree," the middle-aged man said. Su Yun did not hesitate at all. He directly stabbed the middle-aged man's thigh. The middle-aged man immediately let out a heart-wrenching scream. Chapter 25:07. How about this? Does that mean you'll agree to my request? Su Yun smiled, his hand still holding the knife. "I only need to shake my wrist and I will make an opening for you. Then, I will cut deeper and cut your aorta." The middle-aged man clenched his teeth and endured the great pain and humiliation. He did not expect the other party to have no scruples at all. He did not care about his companion who was under their control at all. At that moment, the woman with the crossbow made her move. An arrow fiercely shot into Mo Chen's calf. Mo Chen cried out. He wanted nothing more than to turn around and skin this woman alive. However, 3 guns were aimed at him. As long as one of them hit him, he would be dead. Su Yun saw that Mo Chen was injured but showed no mercy. He said calmly, "Little Appa, you have suffered." After saying that, Su Yun pulled out the knife and stabbed it into the middle-aged man's thigh. The place he stabbed was the same wound as before. The pain from this wound was the most unbearable. Su Yun had no intention of asking for peace. He wanted to play with this middle-aged man and see how long he could last. When Mo Chen saw how crazy Su Yun's actions were, he really wanted to curse out loud. This guy really didn't take his life seriously. Every time he hurt this middle-aged man, the one who suffered was not him, but him, Mo Chen. Sure enough, the woman with the crossbow prepared to shoot again. "Stop." The middle-aged man could not hold on anymore. He could not hold on anymore. This pain tore at his heart and he did not know if he could endure a third stab. "You should have said so earlier." Su Yun said, "Little Appa, don't worry. If they dare to hurt you, I will make them suffer more pain than you." Mo Chen did not know whether he should thank Su Yun or curse him. If it were not for his actions, he would not have been shot in the thigh by the crossbow. This thing was very painful. The power of the crossbow was much more terrifying than a bullet. "Uncle, it seems like you're prepared to fulfill my conditions?" Su Yun smiled. "If you had cooperated earlier, you wouldn't have had to suffer like this. I'm sorry, I'm a little impatient. I don't like to drag things out, so I'm a little harsh. Don't mind." The middle-aged man's forehead was covered in beads of sweat. He had been suppressing the pain. "I promise you." "That's great. We're good friends and can have fun together." Su Yun said, "When I come here in the future, I'll still patronize your business. Then, we'll be friends." The middle-aged man tried his best to suppress the smile on his face. Su Yun still had not pulled out the knife. He did not know if the pain of pulling out the knife would be unbearable. Go, fill up their tanks. Get water for them. The middle-aged man ordered. Blow up all the tires of the pickup truck. Since their boss had given the order, they could only do as they were told. This was definitely the most troublesome customer they had ever encountered in their business. No, they were not customers. They were more like bandits than bandits. They were even more shady than their shop owners. Other than Mo Chen, who was slightly injured, the other problems were solved. Chong Mo was satisfied with Su Yun's way of handling things. This was probably the best result they could get. Your business is quite risky. If you meet a coward like Little Appa, you might be able to bully him. But if you meet someone like me, you'll be at a disadvantage. Su Yun grinned. I advise you to stop doing this business in the future. Those who dare to go out of the country on this road are all desperados. Su Yun was right. Those who went out of here were all desperados. Only those who did not care about their lives would dare to go out. However, the shop owners were also interested in these desperados. Only these desperados' identities would not be checked. If they died, they died. If they were crippled, they were crippled. Only these desperados' bank cards would be emptied. That was why they chose to do business in such a place. After all, dealing with desperados was dangerous. That was why they were a group of desperados. These desperados always took advantage of the right time, the right place, and the right people to beat the hell out of the other desperados who passed by. They made their opponents suffer a crushing defeat. Today, they met not ordinary desperados. They met Su Yun. They could only say that they were unlucky. That was how unlucky they were. What could they do? Su Yun's request was quickly solved. Chong Mo hesitated before he could leave. As for Mo Chen, he wanted to kill them. After all, they had injured him. If he didn't slaughter them all, how could he give up? However, Su Yun stopped the two of them. He couldn't let them kill these people. If they didn't have these people, then it wouldn't be possible. This was because these guys would not only take care of the outlaws from Huaxia heading to Europe, but they would also take care of the outlaws that tried to sneak in from Europe. Therefore, this black shop in the no man's land would unintentionally take care of some of the trouble that sneaked in by committing crimes. Everything has been done according to your request. You should let me go now. The middle-aged man felt his whole leg go numb. He knew that he had lost too much blood. If this continued, he might not die, but his leg would be crippled. Su Yun didn't say anything. He looked at them for a moment, and when he was satisfied, he nodded. Uncle, you can also see that my two friends are determined to kill you. But because you've performed so well, I'll give you a way out. You let them live, but I did not say I would let them live. Mo Chen said coldly. What about the wound on my leg? Little Appa, if you really slaughter the people here, someone will definitely find out about it. Su Yun said, but if you leave them alive, they won't be so stupid as to seek death, right? Will they report us? What they did was not a good thing. Chong Mo said, Su Yun is right. These people cannot be killed. What does he say? Mo Chen said. Don't forget, he is not one of us. Whether he is one of us or not, I will only make decisions that benefit us. Chong Mo said, you can't blame others for your injury. If you want to blame someone, you can only blame yourself. You did not carefully deal with your own affairs. You did not carefully observe your surroundings. You can't blame others. You mean I asked for it? Mo Chen was anxious. If I didn't want to cause trouble, I would have turned against them. Would I be tricked into going in? The moment I went in, there was a crossbow pointed at my face. How could I deal with it? Chong Mo did not say anything. He turned around and left. Su Yun had the middle-aged man order his men to remove all the bullets in the gun and throw them into the oil barrel. All the arrows were broken and thrown away. Only then did he let the middle-aged man go. If you still want to chase after us to do something, I can't protect you. Su-yun said. Now that you can live, you should cherish it. The middle-aged man endured the sharp pain in his leg and limped 2 steps forward. Only then did his men rush forward to support him. By this time, Su-yun had already gotten into the car. Although Emo-chan was unwilling, Chong Mo and Su-yun's words made sense. He had no choice but to let go of his anger. He got into the car and drove away. Although his leg was injured, it was not a problem for Emo-chen. At least, it would not affect him from driving back. After leaving the gangster shop in the no-man's area, they once again embarked on their journey. Su-yun knew that they were probably on the real road now. He believed that he would soon find out where Sky's eye was. The car left behind a cloud of dust, filling the air with dust. In the no-man's area, the middle-aged boss of the gangster shop signaled his men to call the hospital. In his current situation, he had to go to the hospital to get the knife. Su-yun did not pull out the dagger because if he did, he might not be able to keep his life. Therefore, he needed a doctor now. Otherwise, he would not be able to treat the knife in his leg. This was also the reason why Su-yun dared to leave without worry. They did not have the time and effort to provoke them. Survival was the only thing the middle-aged man needed to do now. Chapter 2508. After Su-yun left, the situation on Qingdao became chaotic. Cho Yun and Bai Xiaoye couldn't stop the people from Sky Entertainment from rebelling. Those who knew they would be dealt with found an opportunity. Su-yun's absence was the last chance for them to fight for their own interests. You can lay people off. We can also leave. But we've sacrificed our whole lives for Sky Entertainment. Before we leave, you should at least give us some compensation and comfort. The person who spoke was the representative recommended by these lazy parasites. His name was Wei Liang. He had been running errands for old Master Zhang when he first started working hard. Because of his hard work, after old Master Zhang passed away, he didn't do anything because of his hard work. Zhua Meiyan didn't dare to touch him for the first 2 years, but as time went by, she became uncomfortable with him and transferred him to an idle position. For the past few years, he had been treated like an idle person. He ate and drank as he pleased, and he dared to ask for reimbursement from the accountant because he was a founding member. That was why he had to be dealt with this time. This was Su-yun's idea. Su-yun wouldn't take care of him for the rest of his life just because he was an errand boy for old Master Zhang. Sky Entertainment Group didn't have the obligation to do that, and he didn't have the right to enjoy being treated this way by Sky Entertainment Group. They had already given him enough face these past few years. He didn't have to do anything in Sky Entertainment, and he could still get the salary of a middle-level leader. There weren't many people in Huaxia who received such good treatment. Even so, he still ate and drank as much as he wanted. Every year, he asked the company for reimbursement of more than 100,000 yuan. Big things like gas and insurance, small things like changing a phone and paying for it. He asked the accountant to reimburse him for everything. This was what Su-yun couldn't bear. This time, he had to deal with him because of his unreasonable demands. If Wei Liang was really willing to be an idle person, Su-yun would have kept him like this. Unfortunately, he wasn't satisfied. Why did he want to be an idle person with good taste? He went to Hong Kong and Macau to play, and spent 30,000 yuan to buy a good quality Rolex from a second-hand shop. He wrote an invoice for office supplies and insisted that the accountant reimburse him. He even openly said that even if Su-yun found out that he bought a watch, as long as he wanted to reimburse him, he would reimburse him. Because of this kind of person's unscrupulous behavior, there were all kinds of people who used all kinds of excuses to claim expenses. It caused a bad impact on Sky Entertainment Group. Su-yun could say that Sky Entertainment Group's expenses for a year was a huge sum of money. It didn't seem like much for a single person. 100,000 or 80,000 was nothing compared to a large company like Sky Entertainment Corporation. But what if 100 people did the same? What if 1,000 people did it? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. How many years had he been in Sky Entertainment Group? He had wasted a lot of money himself. He was taking a step back. This was no longer a matter of money. Instead, it was a matter of authority and rules. Without rules, nothing could be accomplished. Sky Entertainment Group was such a big company, so many people needed rules. Therefore, Wei Liang was someone that Su Yun had to deal with. It was this person who gathered all the people that needed to be dealt with and blocked Cho Yun's HR department. Perhaps they knew that time was running out. The HR department had been working overtime for the past 3 days. If they didn't deal with this matter today, it would be over tomorrow. Sky Entertainment Group has supported you for half your life. What else do you want? Cho Yun looked at Wei Liang and didn't understand. Do you think that if you didn't work for Sky Entertainment, you would be living like this? You don't know how to be grateful, and you want to threaten us? Wei Liang was stunned. Cho Yun's words made him speechless. What did we do? Why is the company treating us with layoffs? Someone immediately stood up for Wei Liang. Cho Yun snorted. The layoff list hasn't been released yet. Therefore, all of you who came here must have some ulterior motive. You know that you might be fired. We don't have ulterior motives. We just want an explanation. Even if we are fired, we want an explanation. You want an explanation? Why layoffs? Chairman Su has already made it very clear. Cho Yun said. Sky Entertainment Group doesn't support idle people, those vermin. Therefore, anyone who thought that they were always busy and had things to do would never be fired. Those who think that they will be fired are those who have nothing to do. Wei Liang didn't care if he was fired or not. He was about to reach retirement age anyway. Fine, I can be fired, but I need to be compensated. Compensated? Cho Yun looked at Wei Liang. She didn't understand where Wei Liang got the courage to say something like that. It's daytime right now. Are you sure you're not dreaming? I've worked for Sky Entertainment Group my whole life. If you want me to leave, you have to give me everything. You have to give me everything that I deserve. Wei Liang really started to talk in his sleep. He waved his hand. My conditions are simple. Based on the number of years that you've worked for Sky Entertainment Group, you should be compensated 50,000 yuan every year. That's not a lot in today's society, right? It's even less for Sky Entertainment Group, right? Cho Yun laughed disdainfully. They've already given you a salary, and now you want 50,000 yuan a year. I've been working for old Tai Sui since I was in my 20s. I've been working for Sky Entertainment Group before it was established. I've worked for the company for 35 years, and I only want a compensation of 1.75 million yuan. That's just a small amount for Sky Entertainment Group, right? In Wei Liang's heart, he really wasn't asking for too much. He was going to retire in 2 or 3 years. Even if he was still working for the company, he wouldn't be able to earn 500,000 yuan. Even if he was a little greedy, he would only be able to take 750,000 yuan from the company. Now, he wanted 1.75 million yuan. As long as he gave it to him, he would leave without hesitation. In your dreams. Cho Yun only said 2 words. This old thing was really shameless. What kind of thick-skinned person could say something like that? Don't be ungrateful. I'm not negotiating with you. Who do you think you are in Sky Entertainment Group? Wei Liang said, who doesn't know how much my Uncle Wei has worked for Sky Entertainment Group? Who doesn't know how much I've worked for old Tai Sui? The people in the Human Resources Department were angry, but they didn't dare to say anything. This was how this guy usually talked. He always felt that he was superior because he worked for old Tai Sui. I'll give all of you a piece of advice now. Leave this place immediately. Cho Yun said, otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite. This is a legal society. You still want to hit me? Wei Liang said, do you believe that I'll call the media and the police? I'll make a big deal out of this. If you dare to hit me, I'll dare to ruin Sky Entertainment Group. Let's see who will have a headache because of this. This was indeed something that Wei Liang could use as a threat. Bai Xiaoye, who heard the news, rushed over from the hotel. She pushed through the crowd and walked in. Seeing Wei Liang acting like a tyrant, she was furious. Wei Liang, this is the company. What do you want to do? Do you believe that I'll ask the security to kick you out now? Bai Xiaoye scolded, even if you're someone who worked hard with Zhang Tai Sui, this company belongs to Su, not Wei. Wei Liang saw Bai Xiaoye and sneered, who are you? You're just a wild sister who doesn't even have the same surname. How dare you teach me a lesson in Sky Entertainment Group? I just want to teach you a lesson. Bai Xiaoye said, what kind of temper can you have? Don't forget your identity. You're only in charge of the hotel. Don't talk to the company. Wei Liang said, go back to your hotel and mind your own business. It's not your place to interrupt. You're behaving atrociously in my brother's territory, so I have the right to discipline you, Bai Xiaoye said. Let me tell you, don't be so shameless. If you take advantage of your seniority, I'll really be impolite to you. Wei Liang snorted, then call your brother and ask him if he's afraid of the media's influence. Do you believe that I can make it so that you can't see the media at all? Bai Xiaoye's eyes were cold, and Wei Liang shuddered. This little girl's eyes were too vicious. It was as if she wanted to skin him alive. Chou Yun really admired Bai Xiaoye. She seemed to be more reliable than her in dealing with this kind of situation. At least now, Wei Liang didn't dare to say a word. Chapter 2509. Wei Liang, you better think carefully. And you bastards, you better think carefully, Bai Xiaoye said. Is it you or Sky Entertainment that's stronger? Everyone was silent. Wei Liang was the leader, so all the pressure fell on him. He was at a loss and didn't even dare to look at Bai Xiaoye's eyes. I said I won't let you leave Sky Entertainment Group, and I'll keep my word. Bai Xiaoye's threat was so direct. The more direct it was, the more effective it was. Wei Liang took a deep breath. If you say that, I'm afraid none of us will get any benefits. Why bother? If you fulfill my request, I'll leave. Let's settle this peacefully. The only way to settle this peacefully is for you to pack up and leave Sky Entertainment Group immediately, Bai Xiaoye said. I don't want my brother to see your ugly face when he comes back. Wei Liang almost choked to death when he heard that. Wei Liang had never been bullied like this before. It was too cowardly. Okay, if you want to fight to the death, then we'll fight to the death. Let's see who loses more. Wei Liang said. Let's see if a dead fish like you can break the net, Bai Xiaoye said. If you can walk out of here, then I, Bai Xiaoye, have lived for 20 years in vain. However, at this time, Wei Liang and the others had no chance to escape. The entire floor where the HR department was located had been blocked by Bai Xiaoye's men. All the stairs were blocked, and she brought little Dong Bei from the hotel's kitchen to the elevator door. Little Dong Bei was holding a boning knife in his hand. A cold wind blew as he twirled it. The people who wanted to leave this time couldn't leave. Little Dong Bei, who was at the elevator door, didn't say anything. He just played with a knife happily. Wei Liang angrily walked through the crowd and saw little Dong Bei dressed as a chef at the elevator. He shouted, "Get out of my way!" Pa! Little Dong Bei didn't fall for it. He slammed the boning knife in his hand on the elevator door. This loud noise scared the surrounding guys, and they couldn't help but shudder. A chill ran down their spines. Butcher Ding dissects the ox for Lord Wenhui. Wherever the hands touch, the shoulders lean, the feet tread, the knees kneel, the abdomen to the abdomen, the saber to the abdomen, there is nothing that does not hit the mark. Little Northeast grinned. I've butchered cows and pigs in my life. I've butchered countless things, but I've never butchered a human. Although Wei Liang knew that the other party was just trying to scare him, he still felt a chill run down his spine. Whoever said they weren't afraid was definitely acting tough. Wei Liang didn't have the ability to make himself look like he wasn't afraid, because his calves were already trembling. Go back. When CEO Bai says we can leave, I'll naturally make way for you. Otherwise, if you want to go over, you'll have to ask it. Little Northeast waved the boning knife in his hand in front of Wei Liang's eyes. If there's anything, it's better to discuss it and solve it properly. There's nothing to solve, and there's nothing to discuss. You're just forcing us into a dead end. Wei Liang sneered. Fine, you win. Bai Xiaoye heard Wei Liang's words. She smiled and said, Uncle Wei, I'll give you one last chance. Tell the people who instigated this to solve the problem properly. Don't think about taking advantage of others. If you cooperate with the company, we might not force you into a dead end. If you go against the company, then don't blame the company for being merciless. Everyone who is about to be fired has a handle on the company. Even if you go through the legal process, you'll still be in trouble. Do you understand? Bai Xiaoye's words seemed to be directed at Wei Liang, but in fact, she was saying it to everyone who was causing trouble. She believed that these people were all selfish, so they would definitely think of the consequences before doing anything. Also, you're already so old. You'll be retiring in 2 or 3 years. There's no need to lead everyone down your path. You're not helping anyone, you're harming everyone. Bai Xiaoye threw down the last sentence. Little Northeast, let them go. After receiving Bai Xiaoye's order, Little Northeast left the elevator door. The people blocking the stairs also moved away. Those people all left under Wei Liang's lead. Looking at their angry expressions, Bai Xiaoye could guess how angry they were. After these people left, Chou Yun finally heaved a sigh of relief. She smiled at Bai Xiaoye. If you didn't come, I wouldn't know what to do. Ignore these people, Bai Xiaoye said. They want to take advantage of the last opportunity to extort us. As long as we're tough with them, they won't be able to do anything. If they were here, this wouldn't have happened, Chou Yun said. Bai Xiaoye shrugged helplessly. But they took advantage of the fact that my brother and 2 sisters weren't around to cause trouble. I don't think they'll let it go. Chou Yun said, perhaps others will be afraid, but Wei Liang has no scruples. He'll receive his pension in 2 years at most, so he doesn't care if he has a job or not. He only cares about whether he can get the money this time. Then we can't let him have his bad habits. He's the most despicable one among these people, Bai Xiaoye said. If we want to deal with him, we'll deal with him first. As long as we deal with him, the others won't have so many problems. Chou Yun nodded. If he still doesn't stop, I'll definitely teach him a lesson. I'll tell Brother Lei about this later. He'll arrange it. Bai Xiaoye smiled. It's better not to deal with this kind of villain personally. We don't want him to have something on us. But Brother Lei has already washed his hands of it, Chou Yun said. Bai Xiaoye smiled. He has retired, but what about his little brothers? What about those who haven't? As for those who are doing well, it's easy to get them to teach Wei Liang a lesson. Chou Yun said, then he'll definitely call the police. That'll cause trouble for others. Please, Sister Chou Yun, why are you so honest? Think about it. Who will call the police? Who has the final say over the police? Isn't it just a matter of a word from Director Chen? Bai Xiaoye said, I called Director Chen before I came. He said that as long as we don't go too far and just scare Wei Liang and don't really hurt anyone, he'll help us not deal with it. Chou Yun was relieved. With Chen Wei's guarantee, it was definitely more effective than anyone else's. That's why you don't have to feel pressured about this. I'm here. Bai Xiaoye smiled. I promise that I'll get Wei Liang out of Sky Entertainment within 3 days. Not only will he not be able to take a single cent, but he'll also have to leave with his tail between his legs. Actually, it doesn't matter. As long as we get rid of this black sheep, we don't have to make him look so bad. After all, he's in his 50s. He still cares about his face, Chou Yun said. Sister Chou Yun, you're wrong. People like him are shameless. That's why he would do something so overboard, Bai Xiaoye said. Don't worry. I'll take care of this. You can investigate the others slowly. As long as there's a problem, we won't let it go, Bai Xiaoye said. Chou Yun nodded. When your brother comes back, let him see a Clean Sky Entertainment Group. Without those people, he'll definitely have less to worry about. Bai Xiaoye grinned. Yes, then he'll be smiling all the time. By the way, didn't he tell you where he went with Chong Mo? Chou Yun was still worried about this. Bai Xiaoye shook her head. He didn't say. Because Chong Mo's identity is special. I didn't ask. What if it's something confidential? If it is, Su Yun will definitely tell you. Chou Yun said, based on my understanding of Su Yun, since he met you before he left, he will definitely tell you about the situation. But he didn't say anything this time, Bai Xiaoye said. Sigh, it's all my fault. I should have asked. Chou Yun frowned. No, even if you asked, he wouldn't say anything. Because he didn't have the intention to tell you about this matter at all. But he's not answering his phone now. He's not in the service area. Bai Xiaoye stuck out her tongue. It's even more impossible to know where he is now. Chapter 25:10. Chou Yun shook her head helplessly. You're really his sister. You're as open-minded as him. Aren't you worried that something might happen to him? He should be fine. Doesn't he have Chong Mo by his side? Bai Xiaoye said, even if there's trouble, he'll have an extra helper. Chou Yun's sixth sense told her that this helper might not be so reliable. Maybe you haven't experienced it before. That's why you don't know what kind of person Chong Mo is. Chou Yan was also brought to the assassin organization to receive training when she was very young, so she was very clear that some terrible things would happen to Chong Mo. Therefore, Chong Mo must have suffered a huge mental trauma. This kind of trauma would be remembered for a long time. If someone could help her at this time and give her relief, she would be grateful to them for the rest of her life. Chou Yan had a deep understanding of this feeling. This was the reason why she was loyal to Feng Qiansui. Even if Feng Qiansui was purged, she would still be willing to sacrifice herself to protect the last heir of the Feng family. Therefore, Chou Yun knew Chong Mo's feelings for Skynet. Because she was saved by Skynet, she would always have a trace of worry in the depths of her heart. Chou Yun could put herself in Feng Qiansui's shoes. If Feng Qiansui was a hypocrite, what would she do? Perhaps she would leave. However, it was too difficult to betray someone so heartlessly. This was what Chou Yun was worried about. How much of Su Yun's side could Chong Mo be on Su Yun's side? If something dangerous happened, could she really help Su Yun? In other words, did Su Yun's departure have anything to do with her bewitchment? Did Chong Mo do something in the middle? Chou Yun didn't know all of these. Therefore, she was very conflicted about this question. This was why she was so worried. She couldn't be sure if Su Yun was safe or not. This wasn't good news. It wasn't something that could make people feel at ease. Chou Yun took a deep breath. Her suspicions made her feel uneasy. It was a bad feeling. Don't worry, big sister Chou Yun. My brother has encountered far more trouble than we can imagine, but he's always been able to overcome it. There's nothing he can't handle. Bai Xiaoye smiled. Even if he encounters any trouble, I believe he can handle it. Chou Yun nodded. It must be. Su Yun had already left the country. As for which path this little appa called Mo Chan had taken, Su Yun really didn't know. In short, after entering Eastern Europe, his route began to drift, east, west, north, south, and all kinds of circles until Su Yun completely didn't know where he was. You guys are really careful. Su Yun shook his head helplessly. Since you brought me there, you didn't plan to let me come back. Why waste your energy? You don't have the right to ask what we want to do, Emochin said. If you know you won't have the chance to go back, then cooperate. Su Yun said helplessly, I'm really tired. It's already been a week, and we still haven't arrived. It won't kill me to complain. You'll know when you get there. There's no point in asking so much, Chong Mo said. If you go back and find out that the person who lied to you wasn't me, what will you do? Su Yun suddenly threw out this question. Chong Mo was stunned. Regarding this point, she had never thought much about it. If Su Yun didn't lie to her, then it meant that the person who lied to her was the person she trusted the most. At that time, what choice would Chong Mo make? Perhaps this was something that even Chong Mo herself was afraid of. When that time came, her father would completely destroy the beautiful image she had in her heart all these years. Only Chong Mo could feel how terrifying this feeling was. Mo Chen opened his mouth and interrupted Chong Mo's thoughts. We're almost there. I hope you can shut him up. Don't let him affect your thinking. Chong Mo looked out the window and suddenly picked up a thick paper bag. She opened it and put it over Su Yun. Su Yun didn't resist. He knew that they were about to reach their destination, so it was inevitable that his eyes would be covered. After another half an hour of bumpy driving, Su Yun could clearly hear the sound of waves and the sound of ships. He could clearly feel that the car drove onto a ship. Throughout the whole process, no one said a word. Just like that, they entered the sea. Su Yun's head was covered by the paper bag. Several maps appeared in his mind. The seas and rivers of the European continent, the Red Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, the Ionian Sea, and so on. However, he couldn't be sure if it was these places. In fact, after Su Yun and the others entered Kazakh from the Tibetan region, they quickly went south into Kyrgyzstan. Then they went west into Uzbekistan, southwest into Turkmenistan, Iran, north into Azerbaijan and then Turkey. Then, they went south through Syria, Jordan and Israel, and then directly to Egypt on the African continent. The place where they entered the sea was a small port on the border between Egypt and Libya. They directly entered the Mediterranean Sea. The base of Skies I was on a small island in the Mediterranean Sea. The island was privately owned. Facts proved that as long as you had money, you could buy anything here. The so-called owner of a private island, the mastermind behind Sky's Eye, was not an ordinary person. Just like that, the car was taken to an unknown island in the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. Although the island wasn't big, it had water and food supplies. Moreover, the roads and trees provided shade. The area it occupied was enough for tens of thousands of people to live comfortably. However, less than 200 people had ever set foot on the island. Now, there were even fewer people who had the right to live on the island. Unless the owner of the island gave permission, no one could set foot on the island. Finally, the car came to a stop. Su Yun knew that this week's non-stop travel had not been in vain. He had finally arrived at this place that he was curious about. However, even after he got off the car and started walking, Chong Mo did not remove the paper bag from his head. Su Yun wanted to take it off himself a few times, but he resisted the urge. Since they were already here, there was no need to take a look. It didn't matter whether it was early or late. Along the way, other than the occasional greeting from a few people, Su Yun did not hear Chong Mo say anything. Clearly, Chong Mo's mood was very heavy. Thus, Su Yun did not say anything to disturb her. He believed that she would be able to handle it herself. Soon, his footsteps came to a stop. Su Yun knew that he had been brought into a room. "You're back." An unfamiliar voice rang out. Su Yun realized that the person he was looking for had appeared. Chong Mo's breathing visibly paused. "Father, I'm sorry. Father has made you suffer." The voice continued. "This is why I didn't let you provoke Hua Xia. Hua Xia is too dangerous." Su Yun coughed lightly. He seemed to have some objections. Hua Xia is such a dangerous place. Didn't you still manage to trick her out? Hearing Su Yun's words, Chong Mo was a little worried. She was afraid that her father would hurt him because of his unrestrained ridicule. Mo Chen seemed to have finally regained his confidence. He stepped forward and pulled the paper bag from Su Yun's head. "Why don't you take a look at where you are now? Be careful, or I'll cut off your tongue." Su Yun finally saw this mysterious person. He was the mastermind behind Heaven's Eye, Chui Li. Of course, Su Yun still didn't know what his name was, so he could only use the name he felt was most appropriate to address him. "Island Lord, this is your fault. Isn't it a pleasure to have friends come from afar?" Letting your subordinates entertain your guests like this is not good manners. Chui Li was a little surprised. Su Yun's calmness surprised him. He knew the effects of the forbidden cultivation powder. Without the antidote, one's martial arts would never recover. That was why they dared to let Su Yun stand in front of them without any restrictions. After all, an expert whose martial arts were restricted by the forbidden cultivation powder could only be a slightly stronger ordinary person. Father, he's Su Yun. Chong Mo was worried that his father would be angry and hurriedly changed the topic. During the time I was in Huaxia, he took good care of me. Chui Li smiled. The more Su Yun took care of him, the more he wanted to kill Su Yun. Only by taking care of him could Chong Mo be moved. Otherwise, how could Chong Mo not take the initiative to come back after leaving the forbidden cultivation powder? Then I really have to thank him. Chui Li looked at Su Yun. What reward do you want? Chapter 25:11. Su Yun smiled faintly. I've been eating bread and vacuum food for a week now. My stomach is rumbling with hunger. It's as uncomfortable as it can get. You want to eat Chinese food? Chui Li said faintly. Okay, I can satisfy you. I have a very good Chinese chef here. What's the specialty of this place? Since we're already here, let's eat some local specialties. Chinese food can be eaten every day in Huaxia. Su Yun grinned. I like local food. If I tell you what the local specialties are, you will be able to determine where you are, right? Chui Li saw through Su Yun's little trick on the spot. Su Yun was stunned. This old thing was really smart. Normal people would not be so alert. They would definitely be tricked in this situation. However, this person was extremely calm. He was able to clearly analyze every word he said and determine his true intentions. Island Master, you're thinking too much. Su Yun, since I'm already here, if I want to know where this place is, I will think of a way along the way. I don't have any other intentions. I just want the food. Okay, then I'll satisfy you. Chui Li said. Cold garlic almond soup, shrimp salad, sausage and kidney beans, stewed cuttlefish, seafood rice, caramelized custard pudding. Are these okay? Su Yun was a little puzzled. These foods were obviously the daily food of the countries around the Mediterranean. If that was the case, this island was in the Mediterranean? You must be wondering if this place is the Mediterranean. Chui Li seemed to be able to see through people's thoughts. Then you're wondering if I purposely said a bunch of Mediterranean-style delicacies to mislead you. In fact, we're not in the Mediterranean, but the Red Sea, or the Black Sea, or somewhere else. Su Yun could not help but admit that the other party saw through him very clearly. His words were also very thorough. He had completely grasped everything in his heart. This was a person who was good at psychological warfare. That was why he could easily manipulate people's minds. Whether it was Chong Mo or other people, they were all willing to be used by him, controlled by him, and used to do whatever he wanted. However, these people had no idea that they were being used. Instead, they were especially grateful to him for giving them the opportunity to do these things. He was definitely a psychological expert. Su Yun took a deep breath. Facing this kind of guy, he really didn't know what to do. Take it easy. I'll have my men bring you here instead of killing you halfway. This means that there is still a chance for us to cooperate. Chui Li said, What do you think? I really don't think so. Su Yun smiled and said, It's not a wise decision to give a person who wants to cooperate with you a forbidden cultivation powder. Chui Li was silent for a few seconds before he opened his mouth and said, Then what kind of decision do you think is wise? Without waiting for Su Yun to answer, he continued, You think the wise decision would be for me to let my men bring you to me without any hesitation. Then, I'll give you a chance to kill me in one blow. That would be a wise decision for you, but not for me. Island Master, I have to admit, your eloquence is better than I thought. Su Yun smiled. I'm just stating a fact. Chui Li said. Su Yun nodded, Facts have proven that you really need a good eloquence. Otherwise, how can you make them loyal to you? I'm just stating the truth. Chui Li's face turned cold. I think you're more suited to be a lawyer because you're very good at defending yourself. You're also very good at pushing the blame onto others. There's an old saying in Hua Xia, a righteous man is not afraid of crooked shadows. Su Yun said, if Island Master doesn't have such intentions, why would you be afraid of me splashing dirty water on you? Or is it because of your guilty conscience? I don't think I'm wrong, right? Su Yun's tit-for-tat made Chui Li uneasy. Such a person's words were too provocative and bewitching. It was no wonder that Chong Mo's heart was shaken. These people from Hua Xia really couldn't be provoked. Perhaps the trouble this time was really too big. He had to resolve all his worries before Su Yun made his move. I think there's some misunderstanding between us, Chui Li said, and this time, I asked them to invite you here to resolve this misunderstanding. Su Yun smiled. Island Master, are you trying to bribe me? But I don't even know your name, and you want to communicate with me? It seems a little difficult. Then let's spend a few more days to resolve this misunderstanding. Chui Li narrowed his eyes. Before you want to deal with me, you should think of a way to explain to Chong Mo about those people. Su Yun said, your deception won't last long. Chui Li's heart was filled with murderous intent. Su Yun was already brazenly provoking him and attacking him. Bringing up this matter in front of Chong Mo was to embarrass him. Whether I'm lying or not, we'll wait and see. Chui Li said, I'll explain the details to Chong Mo. She's my daughter. She understands me. The onlooker sees everything clearly. Su Yun said, I think she doesn't understand you as well as I do. That's what you think. Chui Li coldly reprimanded. Then, he said to Mo Chen, take him to have a good rest. I haven't tasted my food yet. Su Yun smiled. Mo Chen grabbed Su Yun and said, someone will send it to your room in a bit. Here, you'd better follow your father's orders. Su Yun didn't say anything else. He only used his eyes to tell Chong Mo that since he dared to come here, it meant that he wasn't afraid of crooked shadows. If he didn't lie, then he didn't lie. People who really lied often gave others a bigger false impression. Often, those who were hypocritical could pretend to be honest. Those who didn't seem that honest, on the other hand, didn't seem like hypocrites. Make up a good reason. Don't ruin yourself. If you do, I won't feel any sense of accomplishment. These were the last words Su Yun said before he left. Chong Mo stood silently beside Chui Li. She had been waiting for Chui Li to give her an answer. Now, this was the only answer she needed. Okay, now it's our turn to talk. Chui Li smiled at Chong Mo and said, I know all about the grievances you've suffered over there. I'll pay back double to the person who made you suffer. Father, you know that I haven't been waiting for these words. I've been waiting for an answer. Chong Mo said. Chui Li looked at Chong Mo and the smile on his face stiffened. Answer? What answer do you want? Is it really what that man said? That he wants me to tell you that I'm a liar? Or is he a liar? Can't you see something so obvious? Father, I really don't know who I should believe. Chong Mo said blankly. No. Of course you know. You should know. Chui Li suddenly roared. Even Nian Yi died because of this. Are you going to suspect your own people? Chong Mo was so frightened by this sudden roar that her entire body trembled. It's not just Nian Yi. Can Kong and the others were all seriously injured because of this. Chui Li said. Haven't I made myself clear enough? They know better than anyone why they didn't come to welcome you when you returned. They owe you an explanation. But why didn't they come? It's not that they didn't want to come. They couldn't come because of their injuries. The fact that they're still alive is already a blessing from God. Chong Mo was completely at a loss after hearing Chui Li's words. Were all of them that badly injured? Come to think of it, if they weren't seriously injured, how could Nian Yi have died? Do you still need me to explain anything to you? Chui Li said. You're my daughter. How could I bear the pain of losing you? Why did I arrange for Emo-chan to look for you? It's because no matter what, no matter how great the sacrifice, I can't lose you. 2 lines of tears rolled down Chong Mo's face. She didn't know if it was because of pain or because she was touched. She just wanted to cry. She really just wanted to cry. That was all. My daughter. You're my only daughter. Chui Li said. I'd rather let my sons make the sacrifice. Do you understand? I won't lie to you. I never will. So, don't call me by such a distant name. I remember. You stopped calling me father when you were 11 years old. Instead, you called me father. In my eyes, the name father is warmer. Father. Chapter 25:12. When Su Yun was taken away, he didn't resist at all because he wanted to preserve his own opportunity. If he let them know the effect of the forbidden power powder on him now, it would only give him a headache. Then, he definitely wouldn't be treated as well as he was now. The main building of Heaven's Eye on this island was very large, so there was a huge basement. After going down the stairs, Su Yun felt like he had entered a big maze. It was really lucky that this little Oppa could remember the way. After going round and round, he finally found the room that belonged to Su Yun. Go in. You don't need me to invite you in, right? Emo-chan waved the key in his hand. Now, it's your turn to have a taste of being imprisoned. Su Yun helplessly shrugged. Please, this place is like a maze. Even if you don't lock the door, I can't find a way out. I think that when dealing with insidious people like you, it's better to be careful, Emo-chan said. I'm afraid that one lock might not be enough. If I were father, I would definitely put 18 locks on you so that you wouldn't have any chance of escaping. I find that you hate me. You're jealous that my natural appearance is better than yours? Su Yun, if you have to be so vicious, why don't you think about who saved you in the no man's land? Then I really have to thank you, Emo-chan said. Thanks to you, the wound on my leg has become infected. If you hadn't used a knife to stab that old bastard, I wouldn't have been shot to the bone by a crossbow. Su Yun, if I hadn't used that method to intimidate them, do you think you would have the chance to come back and ask for a reward from your island master? Someone would have already found a place to bury you. Just those few people, do you really think they can get rid of me? Emo-chan said coldly. Don't act cool, okay? Just a gun and a crossbow is enough to scare you, Su Yun. You don't want to get hurt at all. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been controlled. The reason you don't want to get hurt is because you don't want to be seen through. Am I right? Emo-chan didn't say anything. His expression was very gloomy. It seems that once the island master finds out about your injury, you won't be trusted anymore, Su Yun said proudly. Shut up. Emo-chan said, I'm warning you, that's our father, you better not call him that. You're willing to be someone's son, but that doesn't mean I'm willing too. Su Yun, I don't even know what his name is, so of course I can only call him Island Master. Besides, he didn't object to it himself, so it's not your place to call him Island Master. Emo-chan pointed at the basement. You know, if I wanted you to suffer a little, this is the best place to do it. Then I can tell the Island Master that a rookie like you was actually injured by a woman in a black shop in the no man's zone. Su Yun grinned. Your prestige in your Korean team will be greatly reduced, won't it? This threat seemed to be very effective. Emo-chan actually suppressed his anger and said, Fine. You're good. As long as you keep your mouth shut, I'll do my best to take care of you. Very good. Su Yun, remember to go to the kitchen and help me tell the cook not to put salt in the seafood soup. I like the fresh taste. Remember, the ingredients must be the fresh kind. You're really picky. Emo-chan said, It's good enough to have something to eat, just wait. The door was slammed shut by Emo-chan. Su Yun could tell from his footsteps that he was getting further and further away. Soon, the footsteps disappeared. It seemed that this damned basement wasn't just a maze, the soundproofing was also very good. Su Yun didn't know how long he would have to stay here. He hoped that he could go out early and have a good chat with the mastermind behind Heaven's Eye. Staying in this room for too long would really drive him crazy. Where are they recuperating now? I want to go and see them. Chong Mo didn't have any requests. Since she was back, she would continue to be loyal to her father and work for Heaven's Eye. But now, she was really worried about them. Don't worry so much, they'll all receive the best care. Chui Li said, and they're not in the same place, so it's not convenient for you to go. Chong Mo didn't understand. Why not? Because Kang Kong suffered from internal injuries and poison. You don't know how sinister they are, they actually poisoned him. But Gu Li and Jie Su suffered from external injuries, so they have to go to different places to find different people to heal them. Chui Li said. So Kang Kong's injuries are more serious? How's his poison? Chong Mo clenched her fists, the hatred in her heart growing stronger. Chui Li smiled. Don't worry. Have you heard of the vicious fairy Dr. Wu Chiozi? He's an expert in detoxification and lives on Sarone Island in the sea west of Athens, but he doesn't like to be disturbed. Chong Mo heaved a sigh of relief. Then when will he recover? That depends on when Mr. Wu says he'll recover. Chui Li said, you should know that this poison is very powerful. I can't believe they're so ruthless. If we find Wu Chiozi any later, I'm afraid Kang Kong won't survive. Chong Mo felt cold sweat on her back. Then Gu Li and Jie Su. Don't worry. Chui Li said, I've already arranged everything for them, there won't be any problems. You'll be able to see them soon. Although this kind of lie would be exposed sooner or later, Chui Li still did it because he knew that if he didn't do this, then he wouldn't be able to gain Chong Mo's trust. Without Chong Mo's trust, then he wouldn't be free. As long as he returned to the right track, the matter of the lie would slowly be solved. The problem now was to win Chong Mo's heart to his side. Therefore, Chui Li would do any lie as long as it was effective. Trust me, I'll definitely let them stand in front of you alive and well. Chui Li said, now you just need to do what you're supposed to do. Chong Mo said, Dad, what else can I do now? What you're going to do is too important. Chui Li said, it's really, really important, and only you can do it. Do you understand what I mean? Apart from you, no one else can settle this matter better. Really? Chong Mo felt that it was a gift from the heavens for him to be given such an important opportunity. I need you to deal with Su Yun, Chui Li said. Chui Li said, convince him, let him know that everything we Heaven's Eyes do is beyond his imagination, that he has misunderstood us. I believe he'll understand that we need talents. If he's willing to join us, Skies, I will welcome him. But I don't think he'll join us. Chong Mo was surprised at his father's idea. It was really an unbelievable suggestion. Chui Li said sincerely, Chong Mo, there's nothing impossible in this world. As long as you have the idea and persist, you'll definitely be able to solve it. But I really don't have the confidence. Dad, you have to know that everything he accepts is different from us. Everything he does is different from us. Chong Mo said, how can I make him accept everything we do and join us? That's exactly why. You're completely different people. Haven't you been convinced by him as well? Chui Li said, anyone can change. Chong Mo was surprised. She didn't know how her father knew that her heart was wavering, but this point made her panic. Chui Li continued, let's give it a try. I believe that you will definitely have a way. I know that you are all very good children. I also believe that Su Yun will understand that everything we do is correct. Was it really right? Now even Chong Mo was doubting it. How could she convince others? Chui Li did this so that in the process of convincing Su Yun, Chong Mo would be more convinced of her own ideas. She would be more convinced that what she insisted on was right and that no change was the right decision. This was Chui Li's real goal. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked Chong Mo to do this. I'll try my best. Chong Mo said, but I can't guarantee it. I really don't know if I can make him waver. Remember, no matter what he says, don't believe it. Don't listen to it. Chui Li said, This is the only way to ensure that you won't be brainwashed by him. Because what you want to do is right, you have to be firm on this. Do you understand? I understand. Chong Imo nodded, but she was at a loss. Chapter 25:13. This was definitely the most boring night Su Yun had ever spent in his entire life. It was too quiet here, and there was no light at all. This kind of environment completely deprived him of hope. The most terrible punishment for a person was to deprive them of hope. This would cause a person to fall into complete despair. Despair could destroy everything in a person. Soon, the local delicacies Su Yun wanted were served in front of him. Other than the person who delivered the food, Chong Mo also came over. I've only been locked up here for less than 2 hours, and the island master has already asked you to come and see me. I'm afraid he doesn't have any good intentions. Su Yun smiled. He wants you to be a lobbyist, right? Chong Mo didn't deny it. She asked the person who delivered the food to leave first. She stayed in the small room with Su Yun. This might be a good opportunity for Su Yun. After all, everyone thought that he was controlled by the forbidden technique powder. Only he knew that he wasn't affected at all. Chong Mo stayed by his side, and the room wasn't locked up. Clearly, she knew that he had the forbidden technique powder on him. As long as Su Yun made a move, he would be able to kill his way out and succeed. However, Su Yun didn't come here just to destroy Heaven's Eye. He wanted to expose Heaven's Eye's hypocritical mask. This way, he would be able to wake up the people who were being used. Although what Chong Mo did, Kan Kong, Gu Li, and the others did was wrong, they were still people who were being used. But they were really just being used by others. That was all. If they weren't being used, they would all be top-notch talents. If they were placed on the right path, they would definitely be people who could achieve great things. Su Yun didn't want to make a judgment and throw the entire Heaven's Eye into the teeth of the storm. He didn't want to deny all of them. Su Yun had already confirmed from Chong Mo that their nature wasn't what people saw. They were kind, even kinder than those who criticized them. They were really being used by such a scheming person. If it wasn't for this person, they definitely wouldn't have fallen to such a state. One must know that people like Chong Mo and the others were groomed by these organizations and organizations with a huge price. Their goal was for their own benefit. Su Yun knew all this because he knew how much effort the country had put into grooming him and the people in the Dragon Brigade. The logic was the same. Therefore, Su Yun didn't want these top-notch talents to be lost. What if he could guide these people onto the right path and let them see through the hypocritical mask of Heaven's Eye? That would be a huge gain, a good thing for the entire world. Therefore, Su Yun could not do those impulsive things now. Impulsiveness was the devil. He had to be a guide, not a destroyer. Chong Mo didn't say anything after she came in. She just didn't know how to talk to Su Yun. Perhaps she couldn't even convince herself, so she couldn't convince anyone else. Just say what you want to say, Su Yun said. Say what's on your mind. I don't know what I should say, Chong Mo said in her heart. That's because you've always been telling yourself not to say what your island master wants you to say. That's why you don't know how to say it, Su Yun said. Chong Mo glanced at Su Yun. He's not the island master. He's my father. Okay, but I still can't find the right way to address him. Su Yun shrugged. What does your father want you to say to me? Tell me how to join you for justice? How to punish evil and promote good? How to enforce justice on behalf of the heavens? Chong Mo was stunned. She didn't expect Su Yun to see through it so clearly. How can you make me believe something that even you yourself have doubts about? It's almost impossible. Su Yun smiled. So, what do you plan to do? I just feel that we shouldn't be like this, Chong Mo said. I feel that we need to have a good talk. Let's talk. We should indeed have a good talk, Su Yun said. Do you think that there's a higher chance that I'm lying? If I were your father, in order to prove that I'm telling the truth, I would have Kan Kong and the others appear before you and explain everything to you. Chong Mo said, "They're all injured. They've all been injured by your people. They can't appear here right now. Didn't you hear me? What do you mean they can't come here with such serious injuries?" Su Yun said, "If their injuries are really that serious, do you think they could have escaped? Why is Nian Yi the only one who died? Perhaps Nian Yi was trying to cover for them so she—" Chong Mo continued to find excuses to explain the current situation. Su Yun smiled helplessly. "Good. It's really good. It's a very good reason. That is indeed a possibility. That's why I have no choice but to believe you," Chong Mo said. "But why are they so seriously injured? I know how powerful Can Kong is. If he's injured to the point where it's difficult for him to even stand, that's as good as dead, isn't it?" Su Yun asked, "Can he still be treated?" "He's been poisoned. Father said that your people used poison." "What a joke. The Great Dragon Brigade is filled with experts. There are no less than 100 people who are more powerful than Can Kong. Using poison? Even if I were to fight him one-on-one, I wouldn't need to." Su Yun said, "You believe such a lousy lie? Then why are you talking about poison?" Su Yun, am not talented, but I was fortunate enough to learn some detoxification methods from the vicious physician Wu Qiuzi. Tell him to bring me the patient and I'll treat him." Chong Mo was stunned. "What did you say? The vicious physician Wu Qiuzi. You know him?" "Not only do I know him," Su Yun said. "Our relationship is not ordinary. Then do you know where he lives?" Chong Mo asked. "If Can Kong is really poisoned, you don't need to find Wu Qiuzi to cure him. If I can't cure him, I guarantee that I'll be able to get Wu Qiuzi to help you," Su Yun said. "I'm not trying to save him, I'm just trying to get Can Kong to tell the truth." Chong Mo's heart wavered. "Let me ask you, is Wu Qiuzi at the small island of Saranwan in the sea west of Athens?" Su Yun was slightly surprised that Chong Mo knew about this. "I'm asking you. Answer me," Chong Mo said. "How do you know?" Su Yun was stunned. "That's right. That means father didn't lie to me." Chong Mo said, "He's already helped Can Kong contact Wu Qiuzi. Can Kong is currently being treated by Wu Qiuzi." "Impossible." Su Yun immediately denied it. "Absolutely impossible. Because Wu Qiuzi isn't even at Saranwan. He's out traveling." Chong Mo said, "Why is it impossible? Since I'm not wrong, that means I didn't trust the wrong person. You're still the ones who lied to me." "Chong Mo, I can tell you very clearly right now that Wu Qiuzi's address is at 1288 Central Street in the small island of Saranwan in the sea west of Athens. If you have the means to go there and take a look, then you should go there." Chong Mo said, "Why should I trust you? What if you've arranged for someone to be there? I'm already in this state. I don't have any communication tools, no satellite phone, no internet. What can I use to contact him?" Su Yun said, "Trust me. Once you go there, you'll know what real deception and lies are." Chong Mo shook his head. "I won't go there just because of a random address you made up." After saying that, Chong Mo stood up. "I think you need time to think about it. I won't disturb you any longer. Chong Mo, I believe you're a wise person. You'll make the right judgment and choice." Su Yun said, "I've already told you the address. As for whether you want to confirm it yourself or trust someone else based on nothing, that's your choice. I have no right to ask. But I just want to give you a suggestion. Seeing is believing." Chong Mo ignored Su Yun's words. Perhaps what she saw in this world wasn't necessarily the truth. There were too many lies in this world. Chong Mo didn't know who she should trust. The only thing she could do now was to believe in herself and her own judgment. If she couldn't even believe in herself, then it would be sad. Su Yun looked at Chong Mo's departing figure helplessly. "The person behind skies, I was too good at manipulating people's minds." He had Chong Mo firmly under his control. The more illusory something was, the more it could control people's minds. The more realistic something was, the the more suspicious it would be. This was the old man's method. This was his shrewdness. This was also the reason why he could create Sky's Eye. He was too smart, so smart that it was surprising. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.